put too many miles on my car. No more. Y'all will put some respect on the South State. Beyond to listen, I want Drew to listen, because now this championship is being held hostage. If you want a championship, you come cross that Mason-Dixon line, and you come 6 feet as long as I hold this championship. And trust and believe it will be going wild. As long as I hold this championship, it will only be defended here, in Georgia, in Alabama, in the Carolinas, in Kentucky, in Tennessee, the Southeast first. This is now a movement. This is not the only Southeast first show. There will be more. I guess you can say we're in uncharted territory now. This championship is now a Southern championship. It stays here. And if you must have a champion up north, if you must, he will not be driving. He will not be carpooling.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Invictus Wrestling's 8 City Open. We are a stone's throw from Philadelphia, PA, and this ain't your mama's trios tournament, but in an area steeped in trios history. Invictus Wrestling brings a whole new brand of trios wrestling with the 8 City Open. I am the voice of a generation and the voice of Invictus Wrestling, Pete Rosado, alongside a man I've been waiting to sit back at a commentary table with for a very long time, the one, the only, David Adams.
As we get set here before the trios tournament.
See first, representing Team Baltimore, weighing in at 215 pounds, Jason Andrews.
Going to give you a little kickoff preview of what the 8 City Open's going to bring to the Super Crazy Entertainment Center here in South Jersey, here in Westville, as Jason Andrews, looking very confident, entering the ring for a one-on-one match to show this crowd what he can bring to Invictus Pro Wrestling.
And representing one of what I think has to be on paper, one of the favorite teams going into tonight's 8 City Open, Team Baltimore. Stacked O'Shea Edwards, Killian McMurphy, A.K. Willis. But don't get me wrong, the other 7 cities, by no means any slouches, but Baltimore's got to be one of the favorites.
And we still have one wild card team. We don't even know what city do they represent. Who are they? Time will tell.
Now, the last time we saw TKO in an Invictus ring, he was going up against Big Ben Bishop in one-on-one action, but good to see TKO back, and with a smile on his face. Didn't exactly end that match with Ben Bishop with a smile on his face.
I feel like I am in a bizarro world right now, as TKO with blonde hair looks very much like Jason Andrews with the dark hair. This could be a bizarro matchup right here. These two guys right off the bat, me not knowing much about either, look very equally matched. I'm excited for this one-on-one encounter.
Very interesting encounter here, one-on-one to start the 8 City Open. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a trios tournament kind of night. We have a couple of singles matches thrown in to separate the trios tournament. We will have a defense of the Invictus Social Media Championship, the first defense of the new champion, the despicable Chris Mulhall. The first defense of his Social Media Championship reign will happen here tonight against a yet-to-be-named opponent because Love Doug, unfortunately, unable to make it today.
Disappointed about that. I've heard a lot of great things about Love Doug. As these two gentlemen, TKO and Jason Andrews, a chess match early on. Make sure you check us out on Twitter. The handle Invictus Pro WRE1, and the hashtag for this afternoon, hashtag the number 8 and the words City Open. 8 City Open on Twitter. Collar never tie up in the corner here.
You know, and again, we've seen TKO in an Invictus ring before, going up against a very big opponent in Ben Bishop. Obviously had a height and weight disadvantage in that matchup, but TKO put up one hell of a fight against Ben Bishop. So looking to do the same here against Jason Andrews, possibly coming away with a win, but right now, Andrews all over TKO.
Well, certainly, could this be the foreshadowing of what Team Baltimore brings this afternoon? Like you mentioned earlier, the confidence is certainly there, and now he's got that arm bar wrenched in tight. Could be a submission moments away.
Going right into that elbow, that bicep area, attacking the tendons and the muscles there, so that if he goes back to apply that arm bar, it puts more torque and more pressure on that upper arm, hopefully leading to a submission. But right now, transition into a headlock rear choke here, up to their feet now. TKO fighting back.
Creating separation, but Jason Andrews taking a shortcut, handful of hair, slams him down to the canvas hard, and now a stiff knee right to the sternum. And Andrews hooking the leg, looking to pick up a victory right here, but no. 2, says the official. And our action continues. Kicking off things before the tournament even begins, IWTV, the most live wrestling. What a one-on-one matchup. Two gentlemen who really want to get noticed on such a big platform such as Invictus Pro Wrestling.
Very, very true, and Invictus has been doing a lot of great things. We're looking forward to April as well with In Bloom 2, but here today, the 8 City Open, a big new territory for Invictus Wrestling to come into the South Jersey, Philly area. And again, bringing trios action to this South Jersey area. Get a stone's throw from Philly. Oh! Hit him hard! Almost like a Blue Thunder kind of spine buster maneuver there.
I thought that was a TKO, no pun intended, from TKO, but Jason Andrews, credit to him for kicking out, running right through him.
TKO missing the clothesline there. Jason Andrews flips him around, but TKO to the ropes. Up and over is Andrews. TKO exhausted, collapsed, just utterly exhausted by the beating he's taking from Jason Andrews here.
Beautiful go behind now from TKO, returning the favor, going for that O'Connor roll-up.
Oh, couldn't get it all the way through, and again showing that exhaustion in tonight's match from the beating that Andrews has given him, especially targeting that arm. He's not able to roll through on the O'Connor, but that's what you see there.
Oh,
that
come on.
roll up there. Jason Andrews getting the opening victory here against TKO.
Here's your winner, Jason Andrews.
I mean, I might be mistaken, but it looked like he had a handful of tights on that one there. Jason Andrews taking a shortcut, and the smirk by TKO, in my opinion, backs it up, but he's also clapping, and a gentleman's accord. Jason Andrews did what he had to do. Two gentlemen giving it their all on this kickoff exclusive IWTV, the most live wrestling as we get set for the 8 City Open, a trios tournament of epic proportions. South Jersey ain't seen nothing like this. This is going to be one heck of a day.
And Dave, I am getting in my ear right now from Invictus Management in the back that we actually now know who the 8th and final team is going to be. I'd heard rumblings of it all week leading up to tonight, but in fact, fact, ladies and gentlemen, Sin is being given the final spot in tonight's 8-City Open, and we saw Sin just come up ahead in that huge 6-man war at Love and Let Die. This is a very dangerous team to give the last spot.
Well, certainly it's going to be a great day for action.
Is a first-round matchup in the 8-City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
One fall, Ryan. One fall. As our ring announcer, Ryan Peterson, getting ready to call this opening match. Let the tournament begin, Peter, sir.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a trios tournament, and it will be in the first round. NYC going up against Team Buffalo. An incredible opening first round match here.
Single elimination rules as well. There ain't no going back and trying to win your way back in. Once you out, you out.
And here comes Team NYC, led by team captain Ken Broadway. What a team Invictus has put together for Team NYC. Team captain Cash Flow Ken Broadway, the former social media champion and face of Invictus Wrestling for a year, Big Game Leroy, and Jay Bougie, probably one of the most resilient people in all of Invictus Wrestling. I have seen Jay Bougie come back for more and more and more after some of the most hellacious beatdowns in that ring. Jay Bougie has got more heart than I've seen of a lot of people in my time in this business.
And this team's been put together because if it don't make dollars,
it don't make sense.
But this is going to be good. Interesting opening round matchup. Shiki's staring us down. He really is.
Shiki, baby!
Wait for it. Battle for New York supremacy, New York City, New York State. Something's got to give. It's the Jets versus the Bills? No, it's Team Buffalo. It's Team NYC. Opening round match, 8-City Open. This one's going to be good, trio style.
And Team Buffalo headed up by Team Captain Puff, also including Hayden Backlund and Myung Jae Lee. An interesting team for sure. The Buffalo area has had a plethora of great stars come out of it. You may have seen a couple of them on AEW television. The Butcher and the Blade up there representing that Buffalo upper area, that upper New York area. And there are a lot of great and yet to be emergent talents in that Buffalo area. And this trios team is one of them. Okay. This is a team that I guarantee you, these are three individuals you're going to hear about a lot more than just here tonight at the 8-City Open. Big Game Leroy starting it off against Myung Jae Lee. And I got to ask you, Dave, you know, NYC's team captain is Ken Broadway, okay? And no one's going to dispute that choice, but the question has to be asked. Big Game Leroy, for 1 year, was the social media champion here at Invictus Wrestling. He was essentially the face of Invictus Wrestling. Do you think there might be a little bit of animosity between Broadway being the team captain and not Big Game Leroy?
It certainly could be, and certainly Ken Broadway, he's main evented his fair share of Invictus Pro Wrestling events, including that last one against Gabriel Sky in the main event. It was certainly quite an epic encounter. But right here, you can't focus on individual egos. In a trios tournament, it's about the team, not the individual. You can worry about individual accolades when you win the gosh dang tournament.
This is very true. Jay Lee reversing onto Leroy. Beautiful bridge by Big Game here.
And Myung Jae Lee was in a hellacious battle last night against the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. And Josh Alexander beat the holy hell out of his chest. And that's why he's all beat up. If you look on the HD cameras here on IWTV, he is really beat up and bruised. But he's competing here today. He said he wasn't missing this tournament.
Well, to walk out of a match with the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, without any scars is impossible.
Looking for the quick win right here.
Only got a 1 count there. But to walk out of that match and still compete here today, you gotta think that Lee's at a little bit of a loss. He's not gonna be at 100% here tonight after that battle.
Well, you couldn't tell by looking at this right here as Big Game Leroy looking to stretch out that arm to Ken Broadway or Jay Bushi, but the ankle lock wrenched in tight. Myung Jae Lee looking to pick it up right here as Leroy clawing, scraping, trying to get to a rope.
And Lee pulling him back.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the switch, not the ropes.
He wants that game, got that Pokemon on there, I'm sure.
Needed to finish that level that he's working on here. Big Game, like, listen, I got to finish this up. You go, leave me be to do that. And Leroy, just a great skill set. The only person I know that can do what he does, play that switch, and still yet be one of the most innovative talents inside the ring.
Absolutely. And now, looking to pick up the win right here.
Roll up, cover, and only a 2 from Leroy. Clothesline ducked by Leroy off the ropes. Oh, went for the Rana, but didn't get all of it.
And that could be that switch distracting him right there. Time will tell, as now he's in a position to get the pin attempt, going for that cross arm breaker potentially.
It's a little bit of a combination. He has both a submission arm breaker, almost like a headlock put in with his legs here, guillotine with the legs, but then he also had him in a pinning predicament. But Lee getting out of it here. No tags yet have been made on either
competitors
team.
Patiently waiting on the apron. That patience is gonna only last so long, as these 6 men are hungry for battle.
You can see Lee grimacing here, already showing the wear and tear of that battle that you mentioned, David Adams, against the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Oh, wait a minute, catch this!
And then catch these. Big Game bringing him up and over, dropping him right on his head. Cover by Leroy, 1, 2, and a kick out by Lee.
As this action continues, these 2 men have been in here for several minutes to start this 8-City Open tournament, and Big Game Leroy looking like he was going to try and tag out, but beautiful arm drag, another arm drag from Lee.
Both of these men need to tag out, and I'm surprised that Lee was so close to his corner.
Cazador roll through, and a double stomp right to the gut.
This has got to be it. Go for that tag, Lee. You're in your corner, and going for the pin here. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Lee has got to tag Puffer Backlund. He's got to get one of these other 2 men in the ring, get himself a breather, get himself some time to rest. This is no time to be a hero, because even if you win this match, you still got 2 more rounds to get through.
Hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint for sure. Here comes Hayden Backlund, distant relative to Hall of Famer Bob Backlund. I was reading the reports here. He says he's his grandfather's cousin, according to an interview with the Closed Fist podcast. So certainly that lineage, that DNA rolling through his veins. And look at him, little cockiness to Bougie and Broadway. I don't know how smart that is.
Beautiful snap suplex, cover, but only a 2.
Hayden Backlund, a product of the Nightmare Factory here. He's been showcased quite prominently on AEW Dark Programming, so he's had that showcase, he's had that platform, and certainly confidence and cockiness all flowing together as, Cashflow ain't gonna put up with that.
No, he's not. And Cashflow will put the boots to you if he gets the chance, so Backlund better hope he's not in that ring when Broadway gets in there.
Don't mess with the squad!
This is very true.
And here we go.
Roll through here. Oh, Bougie. It looks like Bougie almost tagged himself in. Leroy didn't tag out.
Leroy, hey, blind tag is still a tag. And now we're going to see Backlund and Jay Bushi. Bougie certainly confident. Bougie holding his own here. Face to face with Backlund. Something's got to give with these 2 young upstarts.
Listen, Bougie can take a beating. If you were at Ridgefield Park, New Jersey for Love and Let Die, and you saw that unsanctioned war that went down between Sin and TakeOver, Jay Bougie was busted open, put through tables, hit with chairs, thrown against the ring post, beaten from pillar to post each way and twice on Sunday, and yet was still walking, still talking, and still putting it down in that ring. Jay Bougie can take it, but he can certainly give it out as being shown here. A great choice for Team New York
for the win,
but only a 2.
It's Team NYC, it's Team Buffalo, and this is just the opening match of the opening round, and here comes Puff.
Smart move by Backlund there. He knew he was in a little bit of trouble. He got out there, wriggled out from under Jay Bougie's legs, and tagged right into Puff. A smart move to get in the fresh competitor.
Check him out on Instagram, Puff is God. Twitter, Puff isn't God. I'm not sure which one is which, but he's got the social media following. And to quote Puff, we are coming to beat people up and win. These are words that were wholeheartedly endorsed by his partners as well. And here we are. Can Team Buffalo advance? Time will tell. And here comes the Squadron General, Cashflow Ken Broadway. Yeah, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. And Puff, he doesn't look impressed.
And this is what you want. You want captain versus captain.
Yep.
You want them face to face. They're team captains for a reason, you know, and this is what it's going to come down to. You lead your squad into war. If the captain can't hold their own, why would the soldiers feel like they got to go to war for that captain?
Ken's fighting back. He takes it and dishes it right out.
Puff must have borrowed those knees from Megan Thee Stallion, because he's still standing, ladies and gentlemen.
Weebling, wobbling, but not falling down. And Puff's got him, and
oh! Looked like a variation of a sidewalk slam, but dumped Broadway right on his head.
Right on his dome.
Cover 1, 2 now. I thought that was it.
Peel back the curtain. That's called a good old-fashioned stinger in the business. I guarantee you, in the next couple seconds, minutes to come, Cashflow Ken Broadway is going to be feeling that. He honestly should tag out, and he should tag out now. But who am I to tell a talented performer like Ken Broadway what to do? He's in the wrong corner right now. It's Team Buffalo going to town, and here comes Lee once again.
And you know Broadway is not the kind, too proud of a man and too proud of a captain to want to tag out. He's going to sit there and give all he can give and take all he can take. But you're right, David Adams. The way that he landed on that sidewalk slam variation there is going to be pretty dangerous. He doesn't take some time to rest.
But a beautiful go behind reversal from Broadway, jockeying for position with Lee. And Lee in the corner hard. And now this is the corner that Broadway wants to be in. Team NYC as BGL and Jay Bougie both ready to come. And here comes Bougie.
Big splash in the corner, and a smart move there by Broadway, ladies and gentlemen. Usually you see somebody back somebody in the corner back first, and it usually ends up being the opponent's corner. And Broadway just uses momentum as the bigger man in that lockup to just force Lee forward into that corner chest first, which, as you mentioned, David Adams, is already at a wear and tear from that war he had with Josh Alexander.
Yeah, Josh Alexander last night. Today, it's Invictus Pro Wrestling. This is why professional wrestlers are the best athletes, toughest athletes in the world. They take a licking and keep on ticking. Here comes Broadway.
Hey, drop that elbow. Cover here by Broadway. 1, 2, and a kick out.
And the tongue out, a little bit of trash talking with the facials there to Team Captain Puff as he actually continues the 8-City Open. This is our opening trios match. Team Buffalo, Team NYC, New York supremacy, and advancing to the semifinals in the tournament on the line here. And like you said earlier, the amount of exertion these teams are putting in, whoever wins has to advance.
Vintage Broadway with that beautiful elbow there, twisting in the air. Cover 1, and only a 2 count. But David, I want to touch on something that you mentioned earlier for those of you watching on IWTV that are not fully aware of how this tournament's going to be going down. It is 1 pin to the finish. It is not elimination. We're not eliminating all members of the team. It is 1 pin to the finish. That is it. Pinfall or submission.
Step up into
the
Geary.
finish.
Lee with an opening, and here comes Team Captain Puff, and here comes Bougie.
Double tag. Probably the wrong tag, because Bougie had a big disadvantage against Puff, eating 2 huge clotheslines, and Leroy eating one for himself. Captain against captain once again. Broadway going back up against Puff, taking another one. Puff ducks to third.
Let's see who's got the better conditioning.
Oh!
Wow. And Puff using that power game, that Grapplers Anonymous Pro Wrestling training being shown right here.
Puff against Bougie. These are the two legal men. Bougie using that speed. Oh!
Springboard cutter from Bougie.
Springboard cutter off the second rope, but Backlund in. Oh! Backlund with a crossroads there.
That's that Nightmare Academy training, Nightmare Factory training right there. BGL hits him down hard. This could be the end of the road, but Lee in the right position here, looking to capitalize. But big game Leroy holding his own.
And Lee and Leroy going at it.
How he's got the switch again. After defeating Kennedy Copeland at Love and Let Die, it was Mucho Chris.
No, but look, Captain Ken Broadway saying, no,
Yeah.
I need you to take this seriously. I need you to do it the way I want you to do it my way.
I agree.
And here's where that power struggle coming in. Leroy for overall hit him with the switch.
Switch right to the grill piece.
May have broken the switch.
Does he have insurance on that? But hey, capitalize on it. Puff is hurt. 400-plus pounder is hurt. Oh, wait a minute. And Ken Broadway
leaving Leroy to Puff, who drops him down the cover. 1, 2, and Team NYC has been eliminated in the first round.
Wow.
Here are your winners, Team Buffalo.
Maybe losing that social media championship has gotten to big game Leroy after Mucho Chris Mojo cashed in that Climb for Clout contract opportunity. The face of our company for 1 year loses for the second straight show, and this time it's Team NYC that's out of the 8-City Open in the opening round.
You saw it yourself, David Adams, and everybody on IWTV saw it. What I mentioned earlier, that power struggle was eventually going to come out. Big game Leroy against Ken Broadway. You've got two big egos on that team. Leroy may be one of the most humble guys you ever met, but everybody's got an ego. He was the social media champion and the face of Invictus Wrestling for over a year. He knows how to win. He may have lost one match, but he knows how to win. And all of a sudden, you saw him and Broadway coming ahead because he thought he knew what was the best for them to win, and Broadway wanted it done his way.
This goes back, origin story, House of Glory Pro Wrestling. Big game Leroy used to be Cashflow Ken Broadway's young boy.
In the middle of the match!
I know.
That made us look good. I look good.
And certainly that big game Leroy wants to be on a level playing field with Ken Broadway. That may have cost them this match.
I don't know why Bougie and Broadway were surprised. This is what Leroy has done his entire career. He's played that switch and he's won matches.
Hashtag 8-City Open, Twitter handle Invictus Pro, WRE1, here on IWTV, the most live wrestling. As we take you back to the ring with our ring announcer, Ryan Peterson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the second first-round matchup in the 8-City Open, and it is scheduled for 1 fall.
Now listen, I know I waxed poetic about Team Baltimore, but honestly, look at Team DC. This is a monster team if I've ever seen one.
This is a team that's come here to win, that's come here to dominate, that's come here to make a statement, and a statement they are making just with the entrances before they even lock horns.
Mr. Grimm, Jordan Blade, and Moses. Moses, everybody knows, one part of the Shane Taylor Promotions crew, one part of those former Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, one half of the Soldiers of Savagery. This man knows what it is to get into trios action, to get into tag team action. But don't sleep on Mr. Grimm, a champion in a wrestler's laboratory. Jordan Blade, who has gone far and wide in her tag team with Eel O'Neill, the Kings of the District, and who just won the BCW Queen of the Monsters match at their Queen of the North tournament show. So all three of these individuals, highly decorated on their own, decorated as well in tag teams in the sense of Moses and Jordan Blade, and then in the terms of a trio, Moses has been there, done that and cashed the checks.
But just like that, look at this team.
And you see team number 2. They are the team of Davian, LMK, and RJ Rude, Team New England.
You gotta love the Creed entrance music. You gotta love it. Team New England, captained by Davian, the former Chaotic champion, LMK, and RJ Rude coming out to Creed here tonight at the Invictus 8 City Open. You gotta love it, IWTV.
And RJ Rude just learned, don't fist pump with Shiki, baby. He'll bust your knuckles. Now ringside, we got some loyal fans. And thank you for watching at home on IWTV in HD. This is the 8 City Open Trios Tournament, our second match of the tournament. We've already seen Team Buffalo defeat Team NYC. And this one's gonna be good. But who am I kidding? Every match is going.
Oh yeah, 100%. And this is a very interesting matchup here.
We're starting hot.
All 6 of them going to war. You got Moses in there with LMK. LMK at a severe disadvantage against Moses in that corner. You want to get LMK away from Moses, that's for sure.
But look at that. They got to fight with the boys, though.
They disposed of Jordan Blade. Jordan Blade's out. You got Rude and Davian taking down Mr. Grimm.
And LKM in the corner. Coming off a big win over Killian McMurphy. She can hang with the boys and defeat the boys.
Oh!
It could be a good fight. And Mr. Grimm's got Davian in a precarious spot.
And what power shown by Grimm there. Davian whipped into the corner by her partner, RJ Rude. And Grimm, without missing a beat, picked her up and put her on the top like she was a feather.
Look at
and now
power.
he's just stacked. He stacked RJ and Davian.
And little mean Kathleen, what's she going to do?
Oh!
Breaks it up a little bit, but not much. That was still some heavy impact as she's checking on one of her tag team partners here.
LMK tried to jump on Grimm.
Team New England in trouble.
Ow!
And little mean Kathleen sent for the ride.
Well, that's one way to avoid the toll. Just go right over it.
Sending her back to Flavortown with authority. Man, oh man, Invictus Pro Wrestling 8 City Open, and this is not the corner that LMK wants to be in.
No, not at all. Again, we talk about the size advantage, the power advantage that Team DC has with Grimm, Blade, and Moses. And listen, I definitely don't want to call anybody on Team New England a slouch because none of them are. Cover here
Moses
by
for the win!
Cover only a 2. Nobody on Team New England is a slouch by any means. But when you think of the power game, they're kind of outnumbered here. Davian, I have seen Davian go to war with some of the best that New England has had to offer.
Absolutely.
Davian, as I mentioned before, a former Chaotic champion, has gone to war with one of the best in JT Dunn, has been a tag team with JT Dunn. And Davian can outpower anybody in that ring.
And
but I'm sorry.
Power, Jordan Blade enters the ankle breaker, the submission sniper, Trap Daddy in the house, and taking it to LKM. Of all the accolades you speak of for Davian, Jordan Blade, no slouch in the accolade column.
This is very, very true. And Jordan Blade already a little pissy with Invictus, considering that the Kings of the District, her and Eel O'Neill, were supposed to be part of that tag team tournament. Unfortunately, Eel O'Neill was unable to compete, and it ended up being her and Masha Slamovich. Cover here by Jordan on LMK. I'll get back to that in a second. Only a 2. And the Kings of the District, which were not the true Kings of the District, eliminated by the American Murder Society in the Invictus Tag Team Tournament. But they will be getting a shot at those titles. But you know she wants to come out here and show, look, when I got the team that I'm supposed to have, when I got the team that's advertised, I'm going to go out there and I'm gonna hurt some people.
Well, April the 30th in Bloom 2, Milk Chocolate, the winners of that vacant tag team title tournament, put the titles on the line for the first time against the Kings of the District. Like Peter just said, that's going to be one heck of a tag team title defense. Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, IWTV, April the 30th, 4 p.m. bell time. But that's then. This is now back to the 8 City Open. And Little Mean Kathleen trying to fight against Moses, but it's just too much power.
Listen, LMK will fight anybody, and she'll take a beating, but I'm sorry.
That's a powerful slam.
And I can't.
It was almost just like that. Team New England almost out of there, just like that. Single elimination tournament, every match, one photo finish.
Yeah, you gotta get LMK out of there when Moses is in that ring. Listen, I love LMK, and I know she'll go to war with anybody, and she can beat anybody. But I'm sorry, when you're in there against Moses, that power disadvantage, that size disadvantage.
Oh, that size 8 though, right to the grill piece of Moses. Oh, this is her opening here, Peter. This is her opening. LKM going to the second buckle here.
Using that speed to try and get. Oh,
tornado DDT. But this ain't no Dorothy. This is LMK, and this is the opening she needs, and she needs to tag out. Needs to do it now.
And she's going to need to get to that corner. She's going to need to tag in Davienne or Rude. But Moses going to the corner as well. She tags in RJ Rude.
Here comes the lead singer of Always Grounded, trying to ground his competition right now.
But in there against Jordan Blade. Two tag team specialists here.
Double knees in the corner. Blade is down. Rude building momentum. The Pop Punk Kid. Senton. Cannonball. All the water out of the pool. Jordan Blade's in trouble. Rude needs to go for the kill and do it right now.
And gets her here, right here. Big scoop slam. But again, not going for that cover. Taking a little bit of time.
Springboard. Oh. Moonsault from Rude.
Picture perfect springboard moonsault from the second rope. And there goes Moses to break up that pin. Again, Moses, the most experienced in trios action here, had been one part of the former ROH six-man champions with Shane Taylor Promotions. Moses has been in a plethora of six-man matches, of trios matches.
Perfect competition for him.
Oh!
Wow, round and round she goes.
A black hole slam there on LMK, but Davienne in with the spear.
Oh, wait a minute, wow. And Davienne just jacked on the back of her head from Jordan Blade. It's getting crazy in the ring right now, Peter.
And now Rude and Blade, once again, the two legal competitors.
That knee strike right to the face.
Oh, gets that flying tiger knee. And Blade out, but he turns right around into Moses. Let me deliver my people and deliver you a power bomb.
Look at LMK up top. I believe I can fly.
And I believe you just got caught.
She sure did. Moses seen her at the last minute, but look at Davienne. Missile drop kick.
Cover here
LMK
by LMK onto Moses. 1, 2.
What? Man, oh man, LMK really did fly on that kick out as Moses got more than enough left in the tank.
Oh!
Down goes Grim.
Grim and Moses setting up for a double team maneuver. LMK able to wriggle out. Moses took out Grim. It's now LMK and Jordan Blade. The roll up by LMK. Cover 1, 2. Oh my God!
Wow!
In what has to be considered the biggest upset of the first round, Team New England and LMK put the brakes on Team DC with a roll-up victory onto Jordan Blade. Team New England moves on to the second round of the H-City Open.
Well, right there, with the trios tournament set up like this, you always have to have eyes in the back of your head. Team DC looks a little stunned, and they should. They were in firm control. They went for the kill. But just like that, Team New England, you don't need Tom Brady to win matches. Team New England winning with or without a Brady. They got a Davienne and LMK.
And what has to be a huge bracket buster for anybody watching today's H-City Open. One of the probably biggest teams that were favored in today's tournament is out in the first round as Team DC eliminated by Team... I'm in shock, David, by that one.
That's why we wrestle the wrestles, my brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the third first round matchup in the H-City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
I knew he was going to say one fall. So far, Team Buffalo advances, Team New England advances. Who's going to advance next? It's been a shocking sequence of events, and we're just basically tip of the iceberg here in Westville.
And now here comes Team Baltimore. Wow.
Introducing team number 1. Accompanied to the ring by Jason
this tournament. Another impressive team comes out. Look at Team Baltimore here. I mean, you're led by the captain, the big bad kaiju, O'Shea Edwards. This is a massive team that could have a massive impact in this tournament.
And you know, I said it at the very beginning, Dave, I think this has to be on paper one of the two big favorites going into this 8-City Open because of O'Shea Edwards, because of Killian McMurphy, and because of A.K. Willis. You've got a kaiju in that ring. Not a man, not a monster, a kaiju.
Introducing team number 2, accompanied to the ring by Danny Mo. They are the team of Chase Carr, Corey, and Facade, Team Pittsburgh.
And a little slight change here to Team Pittsburgh. Originally, Danny Mo scheduled to actually be part of the compete team, but it looks like as if Danny Mo may not be. I'm not completely sure.
Looks like Chase Carr is replacing her. She's still in the corner of Team Pittsburgh, so if Danny Mo's at ringside, unpredictability personified. But Chase Carr getting an opportunity, teaming up with Spencer Slade and the team captain, the Neon Ninja, Facade.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the third first-round matchup in Invictus' 8-City Open. Will pit Team Baltimore versus Team Pittsburgh. This is definitely going to be a battle of strength and size versus speed and athleticism. Facade, Spencer Slade, and Carr, all very athletic individuals. Definitely don't have the power of a Willis or an O'Shea Edwards. And Killian, a well-known mat-based technician.
Catches Kansas State University native right there. Certainly loves to be mat-based, technical-based, a very serious wrestler, have you.
And a tag on the pass there as Facade gets in on a blind tag.
He roams the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. Double leapfrogs.
Oh, Facade, there we go, that athleticism. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be high flying, it's going to be fast, it's going to be quick when Facade's in that ring. Willis in, behind the back goes Facade, roll through, and kips up immediately, the Neon Ninja does. And once again, that agility, that quickness, you gotta be quicker than that.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. O'Connor, roll up. And A.K. Willis gonna have to bring the arsenal with him if he's gonna want to keep up with Facade. And beautiful tag in here, back elbow smash.
And you gotta see the quick tags that is happening with Team Pittsburgh. They're not just going into the corner and tagging their partners. It's quick tags, people are not seeing it. Tags to the back.
And right here, beautiful double team and a spine buster from the big bad kaiju, O'Shea Edwards. And now A.K. Willis doing what he does, trying to pick up a victory for Team Baltimore. Quick tags from Team Baltimore in the corner, especially from Willis and from Edwards. And to add the Shamrock Shooter, Killian McMurphy, to the mix. And this team of Baltimore here looking to dominate in this opening round of the 8-City Open. Body Avalanche in the corner. And now a quick tag into McMurphy. as this young man needs a tag out, and he needs to do it soon. As Facade, he's jumping up and down on the apron. He wants in. Snap suplex from McMurphy.
Cover here, 1, 2, and a kick out. Ladies and gentlemen, I just had to go check with Invictus Management to make sure that we had everything right and on the button. Team Pittsburgh is actually Facade, Chase Carr, who's in the ring right now with O'Shea Edwards, and Gory, who's on the ring apron with Facade. Originally supposed to be Spencer Slade and Danny Moe, but as we know, card always subject to change. Things can happen. And we just wanted to make sure that we were mentioning the right people here on IWTV. Don't want to give out the wrong information. Oh, but look at the power of O'Shea Edwards. Right there, having Chase Carr up. And now A.K. Willis, that kick to the side of the head.
This
Right here, the drop cover here. This might be it. 1, 2, and Gory saving the match for Team Pittsburgh. Now, I want to tell you something, David Adams. You know, I know you heard about that new promotion that just started last year. We Are Wrestling. Just started up, and at their last show in December, that man right there, O'Shea Edwards, went to war with a man you know very well, a New Jersey legend, the one, the only Dan Moff, in what was a hellacious battle. Cover here by Willis. Only a 2 count. So when I tell you that I believe that O'Shea Edwards could probably take half the teams in this field by himself, or at least he'd be willing to take half the teams on by himself, it's no stretch of the imagination.
Oh, and splits him right through the uprights right there. And you got to have that mindset in such a competitive business as pro wrestling. You got to go in there always thinking you're going to win. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. Whether you win or lose, you always go in with that winning mindset.
Now, here's what's interesting. This is the first time we've seen Killian McMurphy at Invictus Wrestling without his best friend, Big Dust, by his side.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because every time we've seen Killian in that ring, Big Dust is not far behind. And Carr now fighting back. Took out McMurphy.
But that
took out Willett.
Blindsided lariat to the back of the skull. O'Shea Edwards, he's like shaking off his fist. How much damage did that do to the back of the skull? As Team Baltimore in the driver's seat.
Oh, Gory going right after the big man first. Took out O'Shea. First double drop kick.
As I said.
And there we go, O'Shea just like swatting a fly.
Yep, he is the fly swatter, the big bad kaiju, and he wants in. He's doing all that damage standing on the apron. What's going to happen when he's legally tagged into this match?
Listen, you've never seen a fly win a battle against a windshield.
Never.
Okay, and O'Shea Edwards is a damn big windshield.
Absolutely.
It's going to take a lot of...
Here comes the Neon Ninja. Here comes the big bad kaiju.
It's going to take a lot to take this man down. And Facade just going with those quick chops, using that speed to try and outmaneuver O'Shea Edwards.
Look at the very skilled feet, the footwork of Facade, springboard off the ropes. Whoa!
Oh, he was caught there by O'Shea.
A lot of trouble.
Tried to wriggle out of being caught, as you saw right there at the end.
And he does
finally
escape.
did. O'Shea up and over. Facade lands on the apron. Facade goes low.
Size and strength, speed and agility.
Walking the ropes. But once again, O'Shea Edwards catching Facade. This is, pile driver like
the kaiju driver. Man, oh man. But he couldn't pin him because Facade rolls to the outside, being taken care of by Danny Moe right here.
And Carr comes in, now comes Gory, and this might be the only way you're going to take O'Shea down. You got to go everybody against the big man.
And here comes Killian McMurphy coming into the match here. These men look like they've been in a car crash. This has been...
That's what this match has been. This has not been your traditional trios match. This has been a car crash. Killian went for that double clothesline, whipped on both of them.
It's been a battle from the opening bell. McMurphy in trouble.
Oh, Gory was trying to go for that double team maneuver with Carr.
Jason Andrews on the outside here.
Jason Andrews pulling down that middle rope, giving Killian McMurphy the chance to get out of it and suplex Carr right onto the base of his head. Now Killian McMurphy the only one in, but Facade coming in from the outside once again.
And he's able to spring his feet from the second rope, a very difficult angle. Man, oh man, the Neon Ninja, and now the Arsenal, A.K. Willis.
Willis setting up for something here. Facade gets him up and over. And again, this aerial offense from Facade is usually enough to beat most people, but we saw how O'Shea Edwards was able to counter that with that power and strength.
And A.K. Willis is sent down with that boot. And right here, A.K. Willis' tag team partner at 1CW, one half of the tag team champions they are. They are the tag champions at 1CW, and now he's trying to help his partner. And now, but Danny Moe, she takes that mystery powder out of his hands and kicks it right into his face.
Danny Moe, an equalizer on the outside for Jason Andrews. That was a very interesting situation that Team Baltimore came out with a fourth person. Gory saving Facade there from what might have been a finishing maneuver by A.K. Willis.
Code Red!
Beautiful Code Red there by Gory. But not the legal participant. Facade would have to make the pin here.
And here we go, Team Pittsburgh looking to pick up an upset, in my opinion. Baltimore's got that size and strength, but Pittsburgh, they doing Pittsburgh things.
Oh, wow! Double tandem springboard boots all over the second rope, and that's it! That's it!
Another bracket buster.
Winners, Team Pittsburgh.
Wow. And that's why you wrestle the wrestle.
Looking a little bit like St. Peter's here, busting the bracket of all the top seeds as Team Pittsburgh advances and defeats Team Baltimore. Two, I think, of the biggest favorites in the first round have been eliminated already as DC losing to Team New England and Baltimore losing to Team Pittsburgh. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this final first round match. Who will be the last team?
With two last-second replacement partners, the Neon Ninja Facade, Gory, Chase Carr. Team Pittsburgh advances to the semifinals.
We've already got Team Buffalo, Team New England, Team Pittsburgh. The final team is either going to be Team Philly or Team Sin. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That eighth mystery team, Team Sin, Dennis Morgan, PJ Savage. That team is going to be one hell, and JS Hawthorne. Oh, Savage being replaced by Ransom tonight. Oh, man.
The show must go on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have three teams that have moved on to the next round. Who will be the fourth and final team that will move on in the 8-City Open? Well, we're going to find out right now because the following contest is the final first round matchup in the 8-City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Now, Team Philly had a bit of a disadvantage here because they did not know who this 8 team was. They did not know who to prepare for, what to do, what kind of offense they needed to look forward to.
This wild card team, look who they're led by.
I hate that guy. You know I had to do commentary with him at the last show?
As we get set, the wild card team.
At this time, introducing the wild card Trust Fund benefactor, Jared Silverclight. 21 middle classers from 7 decrepit, poverty-stricken cities just like this one. That is what Sin is up against in the 8-City Open. So naturally, my 7-figure superstars, we need to be at our very best. But at the last Invictus event, one of us was not at their best. One of us exhibited sympathy and hesitation. So we left him at home. Not that home's a bad place to be. Home is at my climate-controlled trust fund estate in Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
So, in lieu of the indecisions of others, today, for your viewing pleasure, I bring you auditions to join Sin.
Auditions?
Please introduce and welcome Rance.
Well, Ransom's reputation speaks for itself. If it's the Ransom that I know, this is a big bad man. Oh, it is him. This is a big bad man with a big bad plan.
A very big bad man, that's for sure.
In my opinion, a man like this shouldn't have to audition, but hey.
Not at all.
Who am I to talk over Jared Silverclay? He's got the money, and the money equals power.
J.S. Hawthorne, I guess, took the resumes, leading the auditions here.
As he gives the microphone back to our ring announcer, Ryan Peterson, about to announce Team Philly.
It's a very interesting situation here. Again, we didn't know that Sin was going to be part of the 8 City Open until it was confirmed tonight. We had some rumblings earlier in the week, but we didn't know for sure.
And certainly they're having some
And now
auditions.
introducing team number 2.
We'll focus more on that after we hear the introductions for Team Philly about to make their way to the ring.
Now this we know exactly who's a part of this team.
There we go.
And here they are.
Of Big Cowards, Max Zero, and Shane McCoy, Team Philly!
And you gotta think the hometown team, the hometown advantage going to Team Philly. We may be in South Jersey, but as I said earlier, literally a stone's throw. Literally a stone's throw from Philadelphia, PA. And Big Calix, Max Zero, and Shay McCoy representing Team Philly here tonight.
And here we go. This is going to be good. With Team Sin being the wild card, if you have the trust fund benefactor Jared Silverclay in your corner, Sin can never be counted out. And if anything we've learned today, brackets are brackets that are meant to be busted.
This is very true. And also, if we learned anything today, you never know who's going to be part of these teams until they walk out that curtain.
Ain't that the truth?
Jared, you might want to get off the apron before you get in some trouble you can't buy your way out of.
He would just use Daddy's money to sue, probably. Let's remind everybody, Jared Silverclay has a trust fund because of his daddy in Mar-a-Lago, the climate-controlled estate in Mar-a-Lago, Florida, as we're just moments away from the bell, our fourth and final first-round match, hashtag 8 City Open, Twitter handle Invictus Pro WRE1. Live on IWTV, the most live wrestling.
And we've already had Team New England, Team Buffalo, and Team Pittsburgh advance in the 8 City Open. One spot left here. Will it be Team Sin? Will it be Team Philly? Again, in my opinion, the hometown team, the hometown advantage to Team Philly. All three of these individuals on Team Philly, graduates of the Chikara School, the great legacy of trios wrestling coming out of Chikara.
Absolutely.
If anybody in tonight's tournament has been trained, has been shown, and has steeped their life in the idea of trios wrestling, it's these three individuals, Max Zero, Big Calix, and Shay McCoy.
But how about Max Zero and Ransom, the immovable object, meaning the irresistible force, something's got to give. Nothing's given. The unstoppable force, the immovable object right here once again.
Very few times is Max Zero able to come up against somebody who can match their strength like that.
And Ransom, not big on the microphone as far as words go, but he makes up for it tenfold with his in-ring caliber of wrestling.
Well, that's the great equalizer right there. The big freaking clothesline from Max Zero just brought the playing field down to zero. And now here comes the big, the very big, the big Calix.
The massive man monster. He says bring it on, and he wants the small man on the team. I don't know his name, but this is one of the gentlemen that's trying out for wildcard team Sin being given an opportunity as for J.S. Hawthorne and Jared Silverclay.
Right now, this is a bad way to be going through an audition here, kid. You might not want to come to callbacks. You know, I know they say that every role can be for anybody, but I don't think this is the role for you, kid.
Yeah, and every rose has its thorn, and you just got pricked. Man, oh man. Big Calix in firm control, and here comes the grittiest in the game, Shay McCoy.
Shay McCoy, big stunner there. Calix, big slam from Big Calix.
It's like almost a 7-foot drop. It's got to be it right here.
Covered by Shay. And a kick out. Shay for a long time, Invictus Wrestling competing as one half of the outfielders with the now known as Weber Hatfield, the former Boomer Hatfield, now competing without the mask.
Who we'll see later on this afternoon in singles non-tournament competition.
Very true. But Shay McCoy, a very accomplished singles professional on her own.
And J.S. Hawthorne petting her on the head like a little dog.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's not a good idea. Come on, Shay. Show her what you got.
We ain't out here, listen.
Hockey style right there.
That's right.
One of her inspirations is the throwback wrestler known as the Goon, and that's a Goon move if I've ever saw one.
That is very much a Goon move. Now into the corner. Listen, Hawthorne's going to learn very quickly. She ain't here to play nice. That's for sure. She is the grittiest in the game. She will go up against anybody, and she can give it just as much as she can take a punishment.
And that discus lariat.
But Shay's going to put a beating on you, that's for sure. You don't disrespect Shay McCoy by patting her on the head and treating her like she's some kind of good girl. She's going to show you just how much of a good girl she is when she punches you across the face.
And that cravat into that knee strike, and he blows a little bit of magic into the face of Mac Zero. I don't know if that's a good idea. Time will tell.
Well, Sin's going to need a lot of magic if they want to beat Team Philly here tonight in the last match of the first round of the 8 City Open.
And would it be safe to say that J.S. Hawthorne is the captain of Team Sin at this point?
Well, if you ask Jared, it'd probably be him.
But as far as wrestlers
yeah, cover here by Hawthorne, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Yes, I would say that the unquestioned captain of Team Sin is J.S. Hawthorne.
And as we heard earlier, Jared Silverclay left some of the loose ends of the trust fund at home as he's having tryouts because he wants to form the most powerful faction here in Invictus Pro Wrestling history.
Definitely talking about PJ Savage and the things that happened during that unsanctioned match. Oh,
what a slam down from Hawthorne.
Cover here by Hawthorne, 1, 2.
Enough.
Kick out by Hawthorne. You gotta love how Hawthorne, I may not like a lot of the things the man does at all. He is a despicable person, that's for sure. But going for those quick covers.
And the technique is picture perfect. And here,
once again, this unknown competitor, we would not told
this audition.
Who this person was that Jared was bringing out.
I'll tell you what, if Team Sin advances, we're going to go to the back and find out who this man is here, because audition would be going pretty gosh darn successful, wouldn't you say?
That is very true if they are able to advance over Team Philly. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us on IWTV, Team Buffalo defeated Team New York, Team New England defeated Team DC, and Team Pittsburgh defeated Team Baltimore already in first round action. This is the final first round match of the 8 City Open Trios Tournament. Team Philly versus Team Sin. Only one more can advance into the Final Four, which will take place later tonight. Who will it be?
And the brackets are set up. Buffalo's taking on New England in the next round. And who is going to take on Team Pittsburgh? Will it be Philly? Will it be Sin to complete our Final Four here on IWTV, the most live wrestling?
And you gotta love it. If you're Pittsburgh, Team Pittsburgh right now, you're probably sitting in the back watching the monitors, watching both of these teams, trying to figure out exactly who it is you're gonna face in that next round and scouting them well ahead of that match.
And Ransom choosing to not go for the cover, but take the cranium of Shay McCoy and slamming it into that canvas. I mean, good idea, bad idea.
Well, there's one thing that Ransom loves is punishment.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But a bad idea in the sense of you want to win the match. And as you said earlier, David, this is a marathon night, not a sprint. You're not winning one match. You got to win 3.
Win that opening match in 5 minutes or less. Save your strength for the next round. And we've seen a lot of long opening round matches. Those other 3 teams, they're licking their wounds because they know their night's not over yet.
But they're getting to rest. This is the final match of the first round.
Yeah.
You're not going to get much of a turnaround time to be able to rest. And God forbid if you got to be the first match in the second round.
Here we go as Big Calix eyeing up Ransom here as Shay McCoy trying to go for the tag, but Ransom just tormenting her. Oh, and a stunner once again. The grittiest in the game, McCoy.
She is going to fight.
Come on,
she is
Shay.
going to fight and put up one hell of a fight, that's for sure. Wearing those Philly Flyers colors. And if you know one thing about the Philadelphia Flyers, they are not going to give up anything without one hell of a fight.
And reaching, clawing, scraping, and
Hawthorne for the tag for Sin.
And here was Max Zero.
Here comes the handsome one himself, Max Zero.
The attractive attraction, building momentum.
Quick tag to the big man, Big Calix.
Not your average monster. And the Casadora. Oh, well, look at the arm tag.
How many people can do that? How many people can lift Max Zero like that? And then how many people can actually twirl over Calix like that?
And these are big men, not cruiserweights that usually do these type of high-flying arsenals. Oh, look at McCoy.
McCoy's got Hawthorne up. DVD right there. Dropped Hawthorne right on his head.
To be or not to be, dropped on your freaking head. And a spine buster from Ransom.
And here we go, the match breaking down. All 6 members of Sin and Team Philly in the ring now. Hawthorne looking like he was going for something there, but Shay finding a way to get out of it and slamming Hawthorne right on the base of his neck.
And you see the face of McCoy. She's in the zone. She's got that eye of the tiger.
Corner. You're walking down that alley late at night, you might want to turn around.
Absolutely, positively.
They're not there to offer you a cookie, that's for sure. Calix and handsome Max Zero sending Hawthorne.
Oh my. And it looks like McCoy's gonna fly.
And McCoy does fly.
To be or not to be, that is the
Cover,
question.
1, 2, 3. Wow, no! I thought it was 3.
And that rookie breaks up the cover, trying to make his audition the best one possible, but he's paying for it now at the hands of Big Calix and Max Zero.
But a low blow to Max Zero, and now a chair shot to Calix by Ransom. This match is breaking down. This match has broken down, ladies and gentlemen. Sin is attacking Team Philly. And here comes Weber.
You gotta call for the bell.
Here comes Weber Hatfield with a chair of his own, an equalizer of his own.
Man, oh man.
And I did hear the bell.
The ref had no choice.
Here are your winners as a result of a disqualification. Team Philly.
Hey, a win is a win. A DQ victory gets you to the next round. But Team Sin is out as Jared Silverclight could not find the winning combination. But you can't bring a chair in. I was going to ask you, are chairs illegal in this trios tournament? Clearly they were not. The referee let it go for as long as they could, but you got to follow the rules. Team Philly's going to take that victory, but they definitely are going back to the locker room, licking their wounds. They only have a little bit of time to recover, as it'll be Team Philly in the next round taking on Team Pittsburgh, and Team New England taking on Team Buffalo.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, the first round of the 8 City Open has been wild and crazy, and it's being called by 2 wild and crazy guys, that's for sure. But the second round, as David just said, Buffalo, New England, Pittsburgh, and Philly. But that's not all, as we have the Whisper one-on-one in a non-tournament match against Weber Hatfield, who you just saw come to the aid of Team Philly, and the social media title on the line. The first defense by Mucho Chris Mojo against an opponent we don't yet know, a mystery opponent. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for more of the Invictus 8 City Open.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to take a brief 15-minute intermission. At this time, make sure to check out the merchandise tables we have in store here this afternoon.
Bell to ring. There it is. Okay. Now, whatever he does is completely legal, involving his fists and Max's face.
For sure.
Right. Well, hesitation out of Max.
Yeah, Max might not know
Right?
how to compose himself. Oh,
You're never gonna look back, 'cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.
8 teams, 8 cities, 1 winner. Welcome to the Independent Epicenter. I'm your host, The Answer, ASC. Invictus Pro Wrestling hosts the 8 City Open, a new kind of trios tournament, Saturday, March 26th. And I'm here to answer any and all questions you may have about the event. With that being said, let's get you informed. We're starting off hot and heavy by talking about the Social Media Championship match. After holding on to the Climb for the Clout briefcase for nearly a year, Mucho Chris Mojo has cashed it in at Love and Let Die to become the second ever social media champion. With the controversy surrounding the way he won the title, Mojo now has the chance to silence his critics and prove that his title victory was not a fluke. This won't be any easy task, as his first title defense will see the self-proclaimed everyone's favorite man crush take on Love Doug. With his near 7-foot-tall tag partner Ben Bishop by his side, the champion's advantage is definitely in play. But the real-life Cupid himself is determined to win the social media championship and prove how strong a broken heart truly is. Right now, let's hear from the champion himself, Mucho Chris Mojo.
It's everyone's favorite man crush, hashtag MCM. And doesn't the Invictus Pro Wrestling Social Media Championship look hashtag Mucho tremendous around my waist? I took out that big game nerd Leroy at the last show. And March 26th in Westville, New Jersey, they have me going up against Love Doug, the human Cupid. What a love nerd. You think you're gonna find love through this social media championship? The only thing you're gonna feel is mucho dolor. And that's pain for you non-Spanish speaking nerds. So March 26th in Westville, New Jersey, Love Doug, you're gonna feel mucho heartbreak. Beat it, love nerd.
Is MCM in for a hashtag Mucho tremendous victory, or will love prevail to leave the champ in hashtag Mucho trouble? There's only one way to find out. Tune in Saturday, March 26th, as Invictus Pro Wrestling presents the 8 City Open. Watch it live on IWTV or head on down to 1030 Delsa Drive, Westville, New Jersey, 08093. Tickets start at $15, doors open at 1 p.m., bell time 2 p.m. You heard about it at the top of the show. It's the reason why we're tuning in on Saturday the 26th. We can't call this show the 8 City Open without the 8 City Open. 8 teams, 8 cities, 1 winner. A new kind of trios tournament is coming to Westville, New Jersey. Well, right now, let's run down some of these teams that you'll be seeing compete in the tournament. Moses and Jordan Blade join team captain, the Hitman for Hire, Mr. Grimm, to represent Team DC. Right off the bat, this is a team to look out for. All bases are covered in the district, from size to mat work to sheer explosivity. Could this well-rounded team bring the win back to the nation's capital? Next, let's take it to the skies, as the Neon Ninja Facade will be leading Team Pittsburgh. High flying is definitely a central focus for this team, with Dynamite Danny Moe also representing the squad. Keep an eye out for Team Buffalo, with a squad of all-around rising stars in Myung Jae Lee and Nightmare Factory trainee Hayden Backlund. The team is undeniable. But add in the debuting fan favorite Puff as your team captain, the potential for Team Buffalo is limitless in the 8 City Open. Lastly, for now, NYC is well represented, making their case for the most stacked team. Cashflow Ken Broadway leads his squad as team captain, which alone puts the other 7 teams on notice. An interesting inclusion on this team is Big Game Leroy, and one has to wonder where his head is at after losing the social media championship in controversial fashion. One thing is for certain, however, Team NYC has heart. And let's hear from the main source of that passion, Jay Bougie.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. It is your boy, Jay Bougie. And yes, as we all know, I am a part of the Team NYC along with the man, Ken Broadway. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And also Big Game Leroy. Now, I know it's a little different, it's a little awkward being out not teaming up with TakeOver. But when it comes to putting on for the city, who better than your boy? And to the other teams there, especially O'Shea Edwards and Moses from STP, I really do hope that one of y'all is in the finals against us. I really do. So I can't wait to smack both y'all in the face. Take witness. God bless.
And if you thought any of these 4 teams were favorites to win it all, wait until you hear the other 4 teams that we have in store for you, including a mystery team that will be revealed right here at the end of the show. The 8 City Open is not the only set of matches happening at the show. You'll be seeing The Whisper make his Invictus Pro Wrestling debut against one half of the Outfielders, Weber Hatfield. Both of these men are looking to make an impact in this match, and a win on the 26th will surely help either of these men rise in the ranks of IPW. Regardless of who your money is on, one thing is for sure, you do not want to miss this one. Well, we kept you waiting long enough. Let's run down the 4 other teams that you'll be seeing at the 8 City Open. Baltimore will be well represented in the tournament, with the big bad kaiju O'Shea Edwards taking the role of leadership for the trio. And when you add the likes of the always unpredictable Killian McMurphy and the athletic hoss A.K. Willis, you want to talk about a threat? The word threat is an understatement for Team Baltimore. Don't count out the team representing New England, an intriguing amalgamation of 3 individuals who all bring something different to the table. Fresh off of a big win at Love and Let Die, Little Mean Kathleen is ready to take the competition down to Flavortown, while RJ Root is ready to electrify the whole tournament. And get your checks cashed and dollar bills out, because the team from Charm City is captained by Davian, ready to prove that she is not America's sweetheart. Finally, for the announced teams, Philadelphia is about to get big, as Big Calix spearheads the Philly team.
Big Calix has been chosen by Invictus Pro to champion the city of Philadelphia in a large trios tournament. He has also been chosen to pick his teammates, and after going through all his friends, he has chosen 2. The first, Shay McCoy, who, the only friend he has that starts with the letter S. Second, Handsome Max Zero, the only friend Calix has that ends his name with a number. Oh, and these 2 combined with the size of the big boy makes the soup swell. I can feel it in my plums, the strength. We have enough power to defeat, producer, math check. How many people are in this thing?
24.
24? New plan. We will find batteries to throw at the opponents, and someone will get me a list of all of their allergies, and we will poison them, winning the whole thing. Yes. Big Calix brings his friends to Invictus Pro on Saturday, where we win and win the city of Philadelphia with us. I'm taking the bell home. Here's a knife.
Calix gets a big helping hand in this tournament, joined by the himbo himself, Handsome Max Zero, and Shane McCoy, proving that Philly is well represented in the 8 City Open. And so we reach the final team. And contrary to what you may assume, a city is not what is being represented in this last spot. Now, I've already announced 7 teams so far, and this final trio is very familiar with the number 7. The 8th team, I can confirm, is a very well-known stable here in Invictus Pro Wrestling, a very dangerous stable at that. Say your prayers, IPW faithful, because sin has arrived.
The scene has changed.
The intent remains the same. The face has changed, but the actions remain the same. The City 8 tournament. Oh, Invictus. 3 rounds, 8 teams, 24 performers. And who else should win but Sin? By pride, by gluttony, by wrath, by Oscar Wilde. He said the only difference between a sinner and a saint is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. And the future is that the 8th city is Sin City! Sin must go on.
Turning the 8th city into Sin City, says J.S. Hawthorne, who seems more than ready for the 8th City Open. Throw Dennis Morgan into the mix of things, who is always ready for a fight, and you've got yourself a viable threat in Sin. But will PJ Savage be ready for the tournament? We all saw what happened at Love and Let Die in the unsanctioned match. Will Sin continue with their struggles at the 8th City Open? Folks, I can't stress enough that you do not want to miss what Invictus Pro Wrestling has in store for you. A new kind of trios tournament is coming to Westville, New Jersey. The 8th City Open, streaming live on IWTV. And if you're in the New Jersey area, tickets are still available. Be part of this monumental event. Tickets starting at $15, doors open at 1 p.m., and take a seat by 2 p.m. to enjoy the action. Well, that does it for me here in the studio. On behalf of Invictus Pro Wrestling and the Independent Epicenter, I am The Answer, ASC, signing off. Thank you for watching, and we will see you right here on Saturday the 26th. No questions asked.
We are here looking at all the weapons for tonight. We have some panes of glass here.
I am not comfortable right now.
Trampoline with barbed wire. They are welded onto the chair. How many tubes do you think that is right there?
I got 13 boxes, probably about 30 per box.
Jesus Christ, you're trying to kill us. How many panes of glass do we have?
About 25 total.
I am El Gato Blanco from the back alley. I have been a professional wrestler for many decades. It's not the first time I've been behind a mask. What do I think about the judges? Well, I don't know Matt very well, but I do know that I like blood. 2 truths and a lie about me. El Gato Blanco has been to a Wham concert. El Gato Blanco has spent more years wrestling in Europe than he has the United States. El Gato Blanco has been a AAA champion.
Gosh dang it, I know I am.
It's the action continues now with the following contest, and it is a semi-final match in the 8th City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
We started with 8, we're down to the final 4. Who's headed to the finals? David Adams here, joined once again by Peter Rosado. Brother, we're down to the Final Four. This one's going to be good.
And if anything, we know anything about Final Fours in March Madness, this is where it really gets crazy. This is where the big upsets happen, where the big-time matches happen. That Final Four, the pressure comes down. More so in the Final Four than even in the Final Two. But when you're in the Final Two, you're there. It's one-on-one, that's it. But in the Final Four, there's that pressure to make the last two.
Single elimination tournament. Only one of these teams can go to the finals. The other one's going home. We're here live on IWTV, the most live wrestling.
Team Buffalo with an upset of Team NYC in the first round. It was captained by Ken Broadway, Jay Bougie, and Big Game Leroy, but Puff, Backlund, and Lee were able to upset Team NYC. And oh yes, we get Creed again. I love it.
Calm down, Bivens. But it is a pretty good song.
Oh, it's a great freaking song. Ladies and gentlemen on IWTV, if you don't know about Creed, trust me, they're fantastic.
We've reached 88 miles per hour. We've taken the DeLorean back to the early 2000s. And here they come.
And now introducing team number 2. They are the team of LMK, Damien, and RJ Rude, Team New England.
biggest upsets of the first round, and not a knock against Team New England at all, but a big upset against what was a very heavy favorite in Team DC. Jordan Blade, Moses, and Mr. Grimm. You had a former ROH six-man champion on that team. You had a former current Pro Wrestling Magic women's champion on that team, and a tag team specialist in Jordan Blade. And you had Mr. Grimm, who's the champion at Wrestlers Lab, and has gotten accolades left, right, and center in many different promotions. And they were a very heavy betting favorite in that first round.
But they're out of there, and that's why we wrestle the wrestles. And here we go. We're in the Final Four. A trip to the finals on the line. Hashtag 8 City Open, Invictus Pro Wrestling, Westville, New Jersey, the Super Crazy Entertainment Center. This is what it's all about.
And now this is where familiarity comes into play. Team Buffalo, Team New England, they know each other very well. They have crossed paths with each other a lot. That Buffalo crew, that New England crew, they cross paths a whole hell of a lot.
We get a gentleman's accord here as RJ Rude reaches out.
Yeah, no, not from Hayden Backlund. Hayden Backlund looks like the type of guy that'll sell you oregano and tell you it's something else.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
That was him. It was dark. But look at this. All joking aside, Insecurity to the back of the cranium, and Rude looking to end this one quick.
If we rebooted the Jersey Shore, I'd put Hayden Backlund on it. He looks like a Jim Tanning Laundry kind of guy.
As intelligently, and he almost got the pin right there unknowingly as he's trying to keep the shoulder down so he can't tag out. Tagging in now, LMK.
And you gotta love when LMK gets used as a weapon by her own team.
She loves it. Inspired by the likes of Spike Dudley and those over-the-top female wrestlers of the 80s, as you can see by her attire and just her outgoing personality in that ring. And she is one heck of a tough gal, as she wants Puff. She wants the biggest, she wants the captain.
That's what LMK wants. LMK wants the big one. And we're having an off in the middle of the ring.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and both of them are like, nope, they don't want any part of each other, and a double tag out. Here comes Davian, and here comes Young Jay Lee.
The team captain, Davian of Team New England. And let me tell you, Davian, if you don't know who Davian is yet, IWTV, and I know there's a lot of people who do know who she is, but if you by chance don't know who Davian is, you are missing out on one of the best, not only best women wrestlers of this generation, but one of the best wrestlers, period, of this generation coming out of that New England area.
And you're not taking advantage of your IWTV $9.99 a month or $100 a year
Covered here by Davian and only a 2.
Man, she's all over IWTV. She works the girls. She works the guys. She just works hard, and it shows in the ring. She puts the time in the training facility, and right now about to send Lee for the ride as Lee pops the hips, though, shifting his weight.
Oh, he's going to try to get Davian over, and that's... Oh, and he does! Up and over goes Davian. Young Jay Lee with that big suplex on New England's team captain.
And that look of determination on his face, that eye of success. He wants to win this for Team Buffalo. And now Davian in the wrong corner as here comes the captain, the big man, Puff.
Now, we talked about earlier the first round matches. All of them went a very long amount of time.
It's true.
Wasn't necessarily a very long intermission here at Invictus's 8 City Open. So not a lot of rest time. And especially not a lot of rest time for Team New England. They had a little bit less than Team Buffalo. Team Buffalo was the first match of the first round.
Yeah.
So they got to rest the rest of the first round. Team New England went next, but that's still an extra 20 or so minutes.
Every bit helps. And right there, Hayden Backlund, beautiful snap suplex, and now talking trash, and he definitely could be on the Jersey Shore crew. He's got that, can we say a douchey personality?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, for lack of a better term off the top of my head.
Yes, yes.
Hashtag douchey trending throughout
Hashtag douchey.
They're all. But right now, all joking aside, this gentleman, this guy, this tough guy here, taking it to her low-angle clothesline and a beauty as he waves to the camera. You need to focus on beating your opponent.
And he is right there, that big elbow drop cover on the Davian and a 2 count. And what a way it would be to send Team New England home by pinning the team captain.
Absolutely, that is a statement maker.
Not a single captain has been pinned here tonight. with the exception of Team Sin's JS Hawthorne, but that team was in such disarray. I don't even know if they knew exactly what they were doing here.
Davey Ann in survival mode, and here she comes, LMK. Oh, she went for that cross body, though. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, she reversed it, though. Went behind on the big man.
Sleeper on Puff, trying to put the big man to Night Town. Just about there.
And Puff down to a knee.
Wow.
And Puff is fading.
Picture perfect technique from LMK right there.
Right, you see that forearm going right up against the trachea there, holding the breathing back, making it hard for Puff to take a breath. And with a man the size of Puff, those breaths are very, very important because you have to be able to get oxygen to that entire body.
Oh, a beautiful drop kick from the Lockup Academy standout. Here she comes, LMK, suplex, down she goes.
Backlund in, going after LMK. Might have been a bad idea, another suplex by LMK.
Popping the hips.
LMK holding her own against Team Buffalo. No.
She gonna suplex Puff?
Gonna try, can't seem to get her arms around him.
Could be IWTV history here. Oh, wait a minute, Puff wants to do a little shimmy, oh, shimmy, hey. Yeah, that was a bad idea, but I appreciate the effort that she did.
That's the thing, you can't get your arms around the midsection of Puff.
Running on knee strike.
Puff a big boy, RJ Rude taking out Young Jay Lee and Hayden Backlund on the outside. And LMK must think she's at the gym, treating Puff's chest like a Stairmaster.
What you gonna do when LMK walks all over you, brother? For the cover.
The big Vader bomb cover, triple cover on the Puff. And Team New England once again moves on, and the first team captain to be pinned as Puff takes the L for Team Buffalo.
Davey and LMK and the Pop Punk Kid, RJ Rude, Team New England, headed to the finals. It took all three of them to cover the captain, Puff. Puff is still down. What a fight on an epic afternoon, as all Myung Jae Lee and Hayden Backlund can do from the outside is just look on.
And wonder what went wrong here today. A great showing by Team Buffalo after that victory against Team NYC, and actually had a great showing here against Team New England, but Team New England just one step ahead. That teamwork being shown by Team New England as they come out and put the end to Team Buffalo's ambitions here tonight.
So now we know it's Team New England versus the winner of this next semifinal match. Will it be Team Pittsburgh? Will it be Team Philly? This tournament is everything we hoped it would be and more. Thank you so much for watching. Hashtag 8City Open IWTV, the most live wrestling, as we take you back to ringside with our ring announcer, Mr. Ryan Peterson.
All right, well, there you go. You have it. You have Team New England advancing to the finals. But which team will join them in the finals? Well, we're going to find out right now, because the following contest is the second semifinal match in the 8City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
And gosh darn right it is. This one's going to be good. As the smoke fills the Super Crazy Entertainment Center.
And once again, out comes Team Pittsburgh.
Number one, accompanied by Danny Moe. They are the team of Chase Carr, Corey, and Facade. Team Pittsburgh.
And once again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Moe was originally scheduled to be a competitor for Team Pittsburgh, unable to compete tonight. So Chase Carr and Corey filling out the team for Team Pittsburgh with team captain Facade.
But she's still at ringside, still supporting her team.
And it was her being at ringside that made all the difference when Team Pittsburgh went against Team Baltimore.
Here come the hometown favorites.
Team number 2. They are the team of Big Calix, Max Zero, and Shane McCoy, Team Philly.
And as you said, David Adams, the hometown favorites, we may be in South Jersey, but just a stone's throw, as we said all night, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of the trios, the steep history of trios wrestling, and Team Philly bringing the heat here tonight at the City 8 Open as they defeated Team Sin, the mystery team, in the first round, and now hope to go 2 for 2 up against Team Pittsburgh.
Well, like you said, that Team Sin was in disarray. They beat themselves, losing by disqualification, instituting a chair into a match that was not no disqualification. So that's on them. And Team Philly certainly will, take the opportunity. Look like they've recovered pretty well from that chair shot attack, and they better, because this is a single elimination tournament and a trip to the finals on the line.
But once again, Team Pittsburgh looking to be at a bit of a disadvantage in the power and size game. Look at Chase Har and look at Gory compared to Max Zero and Calix. These are two big boys in Max Zero and Calix compared to Har and Gory. Facade does have the speed and the athleticism, which we saw on display and helped them defeat Team Baltimore. But twice in a row, once, great job, a little bit of luck involved. Do it twice in a row to go up against that disadvantage, tough to do.
Well, in a tournament like this, it's a whole lot of skill, and sometimes a little bit of luck goes a long way to survive and thrive. Trios tournament of epic proportions, hashtag 8 City Open, IWTV, the most live wrestling. As we got a standoff here, has the bell even sounded?
It has not, and very much like the first round when we had Team NYC versus Team Buffalo, once again we have an intra-city battle here. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I don't know why I'm whispering, but what's happening here?
I don't know.
I love pro wrestling. And here we go. Mind games in Westville. Man, that's what that is right there. Team Pittsburgh, Team Philly.
I think they were playing a very sophisticated game of Duck, Duck, Goose. I don't know. Now we seem to be playing a sophisticated game of who can get the headlock on best. We have a bit of a headlock train going on here.
And just across the Delaware here in South Jersey, this is a battle for Pennsylvania supremacy as well. Philly and Pittsburgh, arch rivals till the end of time. And yeah, this is a sleeper fest. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, they're all going down. And Danny Moe, she might be the last woman standing, and she's not officially in this match.
To go to sleep. Is Calix getting a hot dog?
Big Calix is getting a big juicy hot dog. Wait, no. Don't be distracted by, they've got the best wieners and the best gosh dang chicken fingers in all of Dirty Jersey here at the Super Crazy Entertainment Center. Melissa cooks them up. Give her money and she'll make you the best food possible. Food plug, IWTV, that's what we do.
Well, Calix, the big alarm. The big alarm by Big Calix waking everybody up, because that would have been a double elimination right there. New England would have won right off the bat, and we would have eliminated both Team Philly and Team Pittsburgh on that sleeper fest there in the middle of the ring.
Good night. Thanks for coming. We got a winner. But
right.
Now the bell sounds. Now we have a semifinal match. Team Philly, Team Pittsburgh. After some shenanigans, now it's all business.
Facade taking down Calix with a swift kick to the side of the head. And now Facade and Hard double teaming Zero, but Zero turning that around. Gory was locked up with Shay in the corner, but it looks like Gory has gotten Shay to the outside. And now Team Pittsburgh ganging up on handsome Max Zero.
And a hip check in the corner here. Ah, the Neon Ninja. He's wiry and certainly very athletic. Great balance, great poise, and then he's not done yet. Boom! Double boots right to the sternum. Max
The
Zero.
athleticism that you see out of Facade. And listen, I'm going to wax a little poetic here, David, and I may be a little bit far-reaching in this, but I don't think I am. I have not seen athleticism and movement and feet and quickness like that since a man by the name of Rob Van Dam.
I'm not going to disagree with you. You tell the truth. You know your stuff, and coming from you, and Facade has earned that type of respect. And to the outside by the concession stand, Max Zero and Facade go. Left in the ring here.
Shay McCoy and Gory. Now that guillotine neck breaker there.
And Gory certainly feeling that one as McCoy looking at it right here. A trip to the final.
Kick out by Gory at 2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that pin would have led a trip to the finals for Philadelphia, where they would have met Team New England. It is going to be either Team Pittsburgh or Team Philly up against Team New England in the finals of the Invictus City 8 City Open. I apologize. This ain't your mama's trios tournament, that's for sure.
And right now, as you mentioned earlier, teams that get to wrestle first and win get to rest. Team New England is now resting backstage, certainly watching the Tron in the back, watching their prospective next opponents, but they're getting fresh oxygen, they're drinking some water, some Gatorades, and these teams are going to have whoever wins this gets the least amount of rest headed into our final later on tonight.
A little bit of a do-si-do here for Shay McCoy as Gory and Facade sending her from one corner to another. Another code red here by Gory, but only a 2 count.
And now the Neon Ninja drops her on the back of her head.
Cover
bridges
again.
up.
And Max Zero leaping over the referee to break that count.
The referee was, I shouldn't say in the way, but the referee was a pawn piece that Max Zero just worked around and able to jump over the ref to keep this match going.
Oh!
And there's a big 12 right across your mush.
That's how you make a face a foot.
And now slamming that back of Facade right into that top buckle. Just a little bit of padding between the metal turnbuckle.
And a 2 count there for Max Zero. And you're right. And the thing is, we talk about all day the athleticism of someone like Facade, which takes incredible core strength. But how do you keep that core so strong? You got to have those strong upper back muscles. You got to be able to stabilize that back. And if he destabilizes that by banging it into the upper turn,
Chase hard with a moonsault. Wow!
It would really destabilize the athleticism of Facade.
But Big Calix says, get over here. You're not going to win this match on my watch. I'm going to whoop your butt right now. And Big Calix, look at that big old palm. Man, oh
big
man.
Big chop by the big man, Big Calix.
And now the Neon Ninja trying to catch Calix off guard, along with Gory teaming up together here.
Double clothesline blocked by Gory and Facade. Don't look. You never look up.
Man, he fell for that. Man, credit to Gory and Facade. Well, whatever works, works. A rare mistake from Big Calix.
And now Facade going in. The double team again. And this is something Pittsburgh has done well all night. The double and triple team maneuver to get the big opponent down.
Going for that double snapmare attempt, but Big Calix says, but they lay him on his gluteus maximus.
They did that a lot in the first round to keep O'Shea Edwards out of the match a lot. And now looking to do it again to isolate Calix.
Wait a minute. I want to see what kind of air Facade's got, because he is a diagonally diamond across the ring. I don't know if he can make this, if he's going to do what I think he's going to do. But Max Zero, he's right there as well. He might have something to say about this. Oh! Max Zero, for his troubles of protection, he gets blasted right now.
Oh my God, took so much time, did Facade, and that it allowed Max Zero to get back into the ring, and he just kicked Max Zero across the face. Once again, forward with that tandem springboard moonsault, but Calix catching both of them.
I don't even know if Zero was the initial target. I think Calix was the initial target, and Zero just got caught in the crossfire.
Well, no, what happened was Facade took way too long to get to that top rope and get positioned.
Oh.
Once again, that triple team maneuver launching Shay McCoy onto Facade. What again? For the win. And once again.
Wow.
Here are your winners, Team Philly.
Once Team Philly using that triple team maneuver, launching Shane McCoy off the top rope onto Facade. And once again, Team Philly has moved on in the 8 City Open, defeating Team Pittsburgh, but going back to that incredible maneuver by Facade, you're right, Calix was not the intended target, but it took so long for Facade to find his balance on that top rope that it gave enough time for Max Zero to get back into the ring, and Max Zero ended up eating the maneuver in place of Calix. But what did that do? That put Calix in a perfect position to recover and catch Facade and Gory, going for that double tandem springboard moonsault and send them crashing to the mat, which led to the finish of this incredible trios match.
We started with 8, and now we're down to 2. Later on this afternoon, in the main event of the 8 City Open, it's going to be Team New England versus Team Philly. Man, oh man, what a match that's going to be.
But before we get to that, we have a couple of non-tournament matches, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send it back to Ryan Peterson to get ready for the action.
All right, well, there you have it. The finals are all set. Team Philly versus Team New England. Who's going to win? Well, we're going to find out in our main event this evening. And the winning team will receive a very special prize. But it'll only be revealed once the match is completed with the winning team. But right now, we're going to move on to our next contest this afternoon. And it is scheduled for one fall.
As we take our focus away from the 8 City Open Trios Tournament, non-tournament action here. Going to give the finalists time to catch their wind, regain their bearings as they try and win that trophy and Trios supremacy here on IWTV.
And we do some non-tournament matches, non-title matches here. Some non-tournament matches here. We will be seeing two men with a long history with each other. As here comes the man known as the Whisper.
Introducing first, hailing from the realm of the endless, this is the innovator of silence. This is the Whisper.
I've had the opportunity to call some matches of the Whisper amongst the independents over the past couple years. Great, innovative competitor. Excited to have him here this afternoon. Non-tournament action at the 8 City Open, IWTV, the most live wrestling. And like you said, his opponent, they're no strangers to each other. So when you have that kind of a rapport, and you're on a platform such as Invictus Pro Wrestling, I think they're going to take their rivalry to a whole nother level.
This is very true, but the now renamed Weber Hatfield coming out, no Boomer no more. Weber Hatfield coming back to Invictus Pro Wrestling. The last time we saw Weber was in the Invictus Tag Team Title Tournament, teaming with Shay McCoy to try and capture those Invictus Tag Team Championships.
As you see his opponent, hailing from Hoboken, New Jersey, weighing in 135 pounds, he is the ground out grappler, Weber Hatfield.
Well, the ring announcer, Ryan Peterson, said, as you can see, I can't see anything. He runs so fast, it's like, meep, meep, meow.
He was gone.
He's quick. So that kind of a speed run into this matchup is certainly going to be something that he's going to need. He's going to need everything possible to defeat the Whisper, who I think is, in my opinion, I think he holds a slight advantage in this matchup, in my professional opinion.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, we may be seeing Weber Hatfield for the first time, but this is a man who has a very long and illustrious resume as the former Boomer Hatfield.
And no mask on now.
No mask, new name, no mask.
And the bell sounds, we're underway. Non-tournament action here, Invictus Pro Wrestling, the 8 City Open. We hope you're enjoying the programming so far, and this one, you're in for a treat.
Now, these two men have history with each other, have known each other for a very long time, have done battle before, but the now unmasked Weber Hatfield looking to make a big statement here at Invictus. You know, we talk so much about the Lucha traditions of the mask and the losing of the mask. But it's different when you lose your mask because someone else forced you to lose your mask, and when you voluntarily decide to unmask and become something different, become something else. We've seen some illustrious competitors make that own decision, but taking that power into your own hands. Weber Hatfield, reborn, reinvigorated, Boomer no more, but you know, it's different to see him without the mask.
But that technical skill set, certainly there. Everything has a purpose. His grip is tight. He's got that ankle in firm control. And the Whisper now to a side headlock here. Both men jockeying for position. A human chess match early on.
Here we go, control of the wrist here. But the Whisper is the human embodiment of just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
Absolutely. That type of mindset certainly worked for Hot Rod over the years and certainly is going to work for these two young upstarts in this matchup. You need to be prepared for anything because, you know, this is pro wrestling.
That's right.
Anything's possible. And right there, top wrist control from Hatfield now. That's right.
You can't be quiet in a wrestling ring, that's for sure.
I just like the way the whispers sound in my headset.
No. I don't like it when the voices whisper in my own head.
Oh, I love that. Are you kidding me? That's how I survive every day. But back to these two gentlemen in the ring. Great technical wrestling, back and forth action. Oh, crucifix roll up right here. Can he get him? Shoulders were down for only two. And this action continues. And Peter, I like that a lot. This is one of those bona fide show stealers in a non-tournament atmosphere, singles competition.
It gives a little break also because we've been watching trios match after trios match after trios match, and now we get to see a singles match. We'll see another one after this one when the Social Media Championship is defended. But you get a little bit of a break in the action. You obviously give the finalists some chance to recuperate until we get a great and incredible finals match in the trios tournament. But it's different. It's different when it's just person to person, one to one. When there's nobody there on the apron that you can tag. When there's no one on the outside that can help you. When it's just you trying to fight not only your opponent, but yourself, your weaknesses, your insecurities, your own exhaustion. That's a different battle, David.
And this battle right here, arm drags, man, oh man. These two know each other's moves before they even do it.
Again, that's what happens when you have the kind of history with each other that these two gentlemen have. Oh, look at that innovative.
Oh, got him trapped.
That innovative kind of a crucifix pin there.
And the shoulder joint right there. Look, it was about to pop out. That shoulder was tight against the canvas, but the Whisper able to escape and now takes a powder to the outside, trying to regroup. But Hatfield, baseball slide, and he's out of there as the Whisper catches him. And the hardest part of the ring, right on the edge of that apron there, the least amount of flex. It's really stiff at the edges. I've asked every performer, they say they do not like getting landed hard on the edge of that apron. It is very much ouchy. Ouchie, yeah, that's a technical term, by the way.
No, yes, very technical term is ouchie.
And now, the Whisper, the pin for the win!
Only a one count.
But Weber Hatfield still very much in this fight. IWTV, the most live wrestling. Hashtag 8 City Open. Thank you for watching this presentation from the Super Crazy Entertainment Center.
Oh, launched Weber Hatfield with that scoop slam.
Wow.
Sent him flying and came back in hot with a clothesline.
And that leg lariat.
Cover 1, 2, and a kick out once again by Hatfield.
And I think Weber Hatfield not only has to prove something to the fans and his opponent, but something to himself. No mask is a whole new persona, and it's a whole new visual intake for the fans watching here.
Cover again and again. A roll through by the Whisper.
And Weber's just laid up in pinning predicament right here.
Package pin there by the Whisper, but could not get more than a 1 count.
And listen to these fans. They know good pro wrestling when they see it. Some of the smartest fans watch IWTV. Some of the smartest fans watch Invictus Pro Wrestling.
Kick to the side of the head there by the Whisper, setting him up for a suplex. Oh, delayed vertical suplex there.
The blood flowing to the head. Will it be enough?
Cover once again and only a 2 count. And again, when we were talking about this one-on-one matchup, it's not just a battle between you and your opponent. It's a battle against your own exhaustion. Do you have enough? Do you have any more left in the tank to give?
Exactly.
To go that extra step, to go that extra mile after your opponent has given you what they're going to give you in this match. And we're seeing that right now where Weber is going to have to fight through his own pain, his own exhaustion, and his own doubt right now.
And here comes the Whisper in the ring the fun way. Fun for everyone, but...
And usually catching your legs on the rope. Cover here real quick. 1, 2. Oh, that might have been it, but only a 2 count. Sorry there, ladies and gentlemen. I was saying is usually as a performer, you don't want to catch your legs on that top rope. But the Whisper does it in such a way where he uses that springboard effect from that top rope to give him some added oomph to that way inside the ring.
And it stops a potential over-rotation when you're that close to the ropes like that. All by design, folks. The Whisper he's the goods. But look at Weber Hatfield back and forth jockeying for position. What a fight on a special afternoon in South Jersey.
You know, these two men, you know, Weber, previously Boomer Hatfield, and the Whisper, both known for their aerial techniques and their athleticism. These two men are wrestling a pure ground game here tonight.
Absolutely. And a backbreaker from the Whisper. And Hatfield, he's in trouble because I don't think he's done with the backbreaker as he just keeps his back over that knee. The Whisper,
continues the tension on that lumbar spine, that upper lumbar spine. And the thing with that is once you continue the tension on the upper lumbar spine, it spreads into that thoracic spine, which is all the middle of the back and that core.
The cover, did he get him? Oh, that was close. No, it's a great point that you just said, Peter. And right here, very weathered are both men, as the Whisper had the advantage, but both men look like they've been through a war, because quite frankly, they have. And this is what the fans have grown to respect and admire about the competitors at Invictus Pro.
But I think this is interesting about Weber Hatfield, right? The Whisper has been in clear control of this match the entire time. And while the Whisper does look tired, he is in a clear... Oh, what? I take that back. I was going to say he was in a clear upper level, a clear advantage in this matchup, but yet Weber Hatfield out of nowhere off that top rope.
Just like our 8-City Open tournament, nothing's guaranteed here this afternoon, including singles competition. As did you see the massive air that Weber Hatfield got? And right now, he needs to capitalize, and Peter, he needs to do it now, as both men a little like a jelly-legged as this action continues. It's round 15. The judges' scorecards are tied. Something's got to give right in the middle of the ring. The spotlight's just on YouTube.
That's right. This is where those opening notes of Eye of the Tiger start to pipe into your own head. This is when you start to hear the speech. It's not about how many times you get hit. It's about how many times you can get back up and keep moving forward. And right now, Weber Hatfield moving forward in a big way. Release suplex onto the Whisper. Cover 1, 2, and oh, just a 2 count.
And as impressive as that maneuver was, the one prior to it, that big uppercut, was really what set it up. It really stunned the Whisper. And now the Whisper could be moments away from suffering defeat here at the hands of Weber Hatfield, who he definitely has that Eye of the Tiger in the moment right now at IWTV Invictus Pro Wrestling.
That he does. Weber on the second rope waiting for the Whisper to come in. Went for that Meteora, it looks like, off that second rope, but did not get it. Whisper catching him. Huge slam there. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out again by Weber Hatfield. How much fight does this kid have left in him? Another kick out by Weber Hatfield.
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? These two gentlemen, and Weber just acknowledged that exactly. What's it gonna take? Digging down deep, pop the clutch, put it in 5th gear. You want to stand out in Invictus Pro Wrestling? It's matches like this and getting the victory that will make you climb that ladder of success.
Whisper with that knee to the back of the head. Oh! Tried to come in for what looked like a
springboard plancha
or some kind of torpedo spear.
But he said he just got kicked in his freaking dome.
That's right.
Man, this is the opportunity. Sit out driver.
Cover 1, 2. Couldn't hook hooked the legs. That was that issue there. Had he been able to grab those tights and hook that leg earlier, that would have been a 3 for Weber Hatfield. But that split second of struggling with the tights and not being able to grab those legs is what led to the Whisper being able to kick out at 2.
Two blue chip prospects showing greatness throughout this match. This is something special to watch as we take a break from the tournament. These two gentlemen know this is their opportunity to shine, and they're taking the most of this advantage of this opportunity.
Oh! What started as a suplex almost into a DVD, and he dropped Weber Hatfield on the back of his neck across that knee.
Precarious spot right here for sure. Oh no! Ah! What goes up must come
Huge
down.
maneuver there by the Whisper, and the cover on Weber. This has got to be at 1, 2, and 3. That is it. Weber Hatfield won. Hell of a fight, but not enough. Not enough to silence the eternal Whisper. That is victory.
You know, my mind says, shh. But how can you be quiet after such a monumental match? Even in defeat, I think Weber Hatfield really showed the audience here on IWTV here in South Jersey at Invictus Pro Wrestling what he brings, a new persona, a new look, but that same great technical skill set. They shake hands, a gentleman's accord, but it's the Whisper on this afternoon, victorious here in Westville.
The never say die attitude of Weber Hatfield was really shown in spades in this matchup as the Whisper threw everything he had at him, and Weber kept kicking out, kept kicking out, kept kicking out until he couldn't kick out anymore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see here this afternoon, then the next time you can catch Invictus Pro Wrestling action live is on April the 30th as we return back to Richfield Park, New Jersey with In Bloom 2. There you go. Tickets are available on all of our social media pages. I highly recommend getting them ahead of time because, trust me, with Invictus, you never know what to expect. Now, I cannot believe I'm doing this.
Oh, he's not gonna strip, is he?
Please welcome to the ring the Invictus Pro Wrestling social media champion, #MCM Mucho Chris Mojo.
Now, Peter, just so you can reiterate, we don't know who his opponent is this afternoon. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. We do not know who Chris's opponent is tonight. But look, finally coming out like a man, as a solo man, with no help, with no anybody to watch his back. Maybe, finally, he'll fight a fair fight without Ben Bishop and everybody to watch his back. Because that's what he needed to win that social media championship. He didn't win it fair and square. Listen, he had the Climb for the Clout briefcase, and we will see that match happen once again at In Bloom 2 on April the 30th. The Climb for the Clout ladder match. That victory at In Bloom gave Chris the briefcase to cash in for a title shot anytime he wanted. And you know what? I'm not mad that he cashed in on Leroy. That's his right. But the way he did it, Ben Bishop, the whole crew having to beat Leroy down for you to be able to pin him, shows you're not a man of character, you're not a man of substance, you're mucho something, you're mucho trash, that's what you are, because you couldn't beat the man one-on-one.
Well, our announcer brother, Ryan Peterson, being harassed right now, verbally berated. I thought he was going to get punched in the face by MCM. Come on! He's an announcer!
Give me the mic. You already have it in your hand. Everyone's favorite man crush, #MCM has arrived.
Not my
And looky what I have around my waist. Calm down, nerds. I am the social media champion. I defeated that big game nerd, Leroy, at the last Invictus show. And today, at the City 8 Open, Invictus is going to give me Love Doug.
Oh, we're getting Love Doug. So we...
Love Doug. Let me just sit for this. Love Dog can't make the show tonight due to a broken heart.
Oh, come on. Oh, what?
I don't think you have a broken heart, Love Dog. Tú tienes en tu estás mucho, mucho asustado. That's scared for you non-Spanish speaking nerds. You know who's not scared? Your social media champion.
It's despicable.
So, I'm issuing a challenge to any hashtag nerd in the back who wants a title shot at MCM's social media championship.
That's not a good idea. There's a lot of hungry talent in the back that would love a title opportunity. You come offering title shots, you may not like what comes through the curtain.
Listen, we saw who's in the back already.
Listen to the music.
I don't think that's who MCM had in mind, because guess what? Wrecking Ball Legursky is answering the open challenge, and the way I see it, Mucho Chris Moho is hashtag screwed.
NWA Power Star Wrecking Ball Legursky coming through the curtain. I didn't even know he was back there. You say open challenge. Titles mean better opportunities.
I was going to go in there. I was going to do it.
I thought Peterson was going to do it for a minute, but I'm glad he lost seconds of it.
Wrecking Ball's a better choice.
You think?
Yeah.
Title opportunities mean more money, too, and Wrecking Ball likes to make money, and that's what this industry is about, entertaining the fans and making a couple bucks at the same time. Oh, he's got that chair!
Oh, yeah. Wrecking Ball just punched right through that chair. And that's what you see. You see the scared, petrified nerd that Moho actually is. He sits there and he calls everybody else a nerd, but he needs his Barstool Sports buddies and he needs Ben Bishop to watch his back. And he don't have him here tonight against Wrecking Ball.
And a second Beal toss, and on that second Beal toss, the bell officially sounds. This match is for the Social Media Championship. Like you said, defeating Big Game Leroy in controversial, disgusting fashion.
Big chop by Wrecking Ball Legursky. Beat his ass, Wrecking Ball.
All will fall to the Wrecking Ball, and MCM might be the next victim.
I apologize to the IWTV audience. As an announcer, I am supposed to stay unbiased, and so go ahead, Wrecking Ball. You do your best.
Oh, here we go. Big back body dropping up.
And that is a very big one with emphasis, with power, as the Wrecking Ball launched Mucho Chris Moho up into the air.
Hashtag MCM.
Listen, Big Game Leroy held that Social Media Championship for a year. The way it's looking right now, Chris might hold it for one defense.
Now, and another third Beal toss, this one off the top rope. And down goes MCM, the Social Media Championship. You can kiss it goodbye as Wrecking Ball Legursky on the verge of a victory.
Wrecking Ball, look, listen, Wrecking Ball may not exactly be the best at social media engagement, and he may not know the difference between a tweet and a DM, but at the end of the day, you know what he does know? He knows how to hurt people, and he knows how to beat people.
And MCM just lured him in, took a powder to the outside, knowing he can't lose the title on the outside, and now just hanging up the throat of Wrecking Ball on that top rope, and just like that, like a pit bull, neck breaker, and just like that, the champion in firm control, MCM. He is very confident, he is extremely cocky, and he's going to be victorious here.
And only a 2 count, but kicking out with authority is the Wrecking Ball.
1. It wasn't even close to a 2 count, as certainly you're going to need to do more than that, as Wrecking Ball Legursky has proved to be a more than formidable singles competitor and a tag team competitor, teaming up
made it to
the Meat Locker.
Made it to the finals of the Invictus Tag Team Title Tournament with his tag team partner, Kerr. Okay, the Meat Locker. These two men almost took home the Invictus Tag Team Championships. And if you remember,
on a hip check in the corner, hip attack, and now strutting his stuff. Man, there's the cockiness coming through.
But if you remember, Wrecking Ball Legursky, I'll cover here by the champion, and a cover and a kick out at 1. There was a little bit of a run-in with Wrecking Ball Legursky and Mucho Chris Mojo's buddies from Barstool Sports. And so there isn't a lack of history between these two men. Wrecking Ball would like nothing more than to defeat Chris here tonight, become the new social media champion at Invictus Wrestling.
Off the rope. And these two no strangers to each other in the semifinals of that tag title tournament. Meat Locker defeated Mucho Trouble to advance to the finals. So he already has a tag team victory with Adam Payne against Ben Bishop and Mucho Chris Mojo. But now the social media champion, probably the most hated champion.
Oh! Got out of the way. I may not like a lot of things about Mucho Chris Mojo, but you had to like that. The power shown by the social media champion, taking the Wrecking Ball up and over.
Doesn't get the 3 count, but that doesn't stop him from inflicting the pain now. Stomping on body parts, shoulders, sternums, and Wrecking Ball is hurt. One-on-one matchup for the social media championship, the first official title.
And this is what you not want to do when you're going up against an opponent who has that size advantage, who's got that power advantage. You want to go after those pins. You want to go after constant pinfalls, make it harder and harder for them to kick out, because that's what happens.
And plus, any match you're in against Wrecking Ball Legursky, certainly Billy Corgan and the NWA are watching, and you want to present that opportunity for yourself as well. Like him or hate him, he could catch some success off of this match, some further success, have you?
Very much could. You're not wrong with that.
Absolutely. And Wrecking Ball, all will fall. Once again, down goes MCM in the corner now. Ow, and a
big splash.
Big time splash. And now Wrecking Ball looking to win the title.
This may be it. It may be one defense and done for Mucho Chris Mojo, as the Wrecking Balls got the social media champion down. Wrecking Ball off the ropes, the big headbutt to the sternum. This may be it.
With the title on the line.
And a kick out at 2.
Wow, it doesn't get much closer than that, Peter. A new Climb for Clout ladder match happens April the 30th in Bloom 2. Jay Bougie, Ichiban, PJ Savage, Pretty Boy Smooth, Mike Skyros, and more to possibly be announced in the weeks to come. Get your tickets now. And now the champion from the second buckle.
Oh, no. Big slam. Big slam. This is it. New champion. Cover 1, 2. Wow. Oh, my God. A kick out by Mucho Chris Mojo. I thought that was it. That huge slam off the top rope. I thought Wrecking Ball Legursky was the new social media champion.
That's a 350, maybe 360 plus pound frame coming down on the sternum.
Plus gravity.
And MCM kicking out. Like him or hate him, that's an impressive kick out. And now powder to the outside where he
Smart thing to do to get to the outside. Because like you said, David, can't lose a title on the outside. And at the end of the day, now Wrecking Ball's going to follow you to the outside. Because a count-out victory doesn't help either.
And Wrecking Ball, is he getting lured in? Oh, he sure did, as MCM moves out of the way, and Wrecking Ball hits that tall boy solid steel ring post with authority, full force. And this is the advantage that the champion needs, and this is the advantage that the champion needs to capitalize, and he's got to do it now.
Trident Mojo getting Wrecking Ball back in the ring. Wrecking Ball breathing heavy. He's barely moving. Doesn't probably know where he is after hitting that post full speed ahead.
Goes for the elbow drop. Oh, yeah, in Westville to retain the title.
Cover here, 1, 2, and a kick out. Thank the Lord by the big man, Wrecking Ball Legursky. It's not over yet, folks. Mucho Chris Mojo still trying to keep that social media championship.
Still to come, our 8-City Open Trios Tournament Final. Team New England, Team Philly, a trophy, and bragging rights and respect on the line. But we figured we'd give you this big-time title fight on a special afternoon in South Jersey from the Super Crazy Entertainment Center as Mucho Chris Mojo has the title and a chair.
Once again, that chair, again, showing just how scared of a champion he is. Got to go grab a chair.
That's right, step on that chair. He's trying to get disqualified. He wants to keep his title by any means necessary. That's cheap and garbage, and our fans deserve better.
But again, this is the kind of man that Mucho Chris Mojo is.
Don't do it, Wrecking Ball. It's
The
great.
referee, Ref Crystal, grabbing that chair off a wrecking ball.
Wanting to give the fans the potential for a fair match.
Oh!
Come on.
Using the title. The ref didn't see it behind their back, but using the title,
Not
he
like
smacked
this.
wrecking
Not
ball
like
over it.
this.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
Winner and still Invictus Pro Wrestling social media champion, Mucho Chris Mojo.
And still a piece of slime, and still a piece of crap, and still a scared champion, and still somebody who couldn't beat Big Game Leroy one-on-one, and couldn't beat Wrecking Ball without using a chair as a distraction and a championship shot across the face. It's a scumbag right here, that's what he is.
This is normally part of my spiel where I tell you to be impartial and be neutral, but Peter, I haven't been here that long, and I totally agree
Listen,
with you.
let me speak.
Totally agree with
Let
you.
me speak to Mucho Chris Mojo in a language he'll understand. As a proud Puerto Rican, tú eres un pendejo. You can't get in that ring and fight somebody one-on-one, man-to-man, with no help, no friends, no chair, no title to hit somebody over the face with. The day that Mucho Chris Mojo does that, I'll show him some respect.
Well, I don't think he cares about your respect, the fans' respect, management's respect. All he needs is that chair. All he needs is that social media title.
A terrible and despicable man as our social media champion. But you know what? He is, unfortunately, the Invictus social media champion. He is that, but we don't gotta like it, that's for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, you know one thing we are gonna like, David Adams.
I like the fact that I want to ask you and our viewing audience, who's got time for one more match?
One more match? Oh, I miss you saying that, David. But let me tell you something. Here's one thing we are going to like. The finals of the 8 City Open Trios Tournament. And what a night it's been, David Adams. We're going to go to our finals right now. Team Philly versus Team New England. Let's take it right to the ring because I'm ready for all the action.
Ryan Peterson, do what you do, brother.
All right, before we go to our main event this evening, first of all, we want to thank each and every single one of you for coming out this afternoon, and all of you watching live on IWTV. And also, more importantly, want to give a huge shout out to Super Crazy for hosting us this afternoon. Make sure to follow them as well all over social media. And the next time you catch Invictus Pro Wrestling Live is on April the 30th in Richfield Park, New Jersey, with In Bloom 2. Yes, 2. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media for details, and also to purchase tickets in advance, because trust me, you don't want to miss out. Now, who's got time for one more match?
I lent it out to him, it's okay.
Oh, I was about to say, isn't that copyrighted?
One more time. Who's got time for one more match? Now, ladies and gentlemen,
All right, we're brothers here.
it is now time for the main event. And it is the finals of the 8 City Open, and it is scheduled for one fall.
One fall in Westville, yeah. Can't wait, though. This is going to be good. We started with 8, we're down to 2 teams. This is what it's all about, IWTV, the most live wrestling, hashtag 8 City Open. Check out our handle on Twitter, Invictus Pro, WRE1, to join in on the conversation that the world is talking about. Invictus Pro Wrestling, here to stay, and Creed plays throughout West.
I love the fact that New England made it to the finals simply because I get to hear Creed for a 3rd time tonight. Long live Scott Stapp.
Well, you got so mad over MCM that I needed to see you smile again. Peter Rosado got his smile back thanks to Scott Stapp, thanks to Creed. Here they come!
The sunlight. Welcome to this place. Okay, I'm going to, before the IWTV audience tunes out for my terrible karaoke.
RJ Rude, Team New England.
What an intro by Ryan Peterson, introducing Team New England. Looking to take that trophy back up to the upper Northeast. LMK, she's having a little trouble climbing them stairs. She's been through some battles today, but battle scarred and all, you got one more match, and you got to suck it up, Buttercup, because this is the finals, and this is how you gain that big-time reputation.
LMK get into the ring the hard way.
She's pumped up now. And quite a contrast from Creed. Here come their opponents.
And now introducing team number 2. They are the team of Big Calix, Max Zero, and Shay McCoy, Team Philly.
And once again, Team Philly, the hometown team.
Oh, we were having a little dance here. Max Zero, Shay McCoy having a little fun, and Big Calix always having fun, but there's a time to have fun and there's a time to get the job done, and this is one of those moments. We started with 8 cities, 8 teams have you. We're down to 2. This is what it's all about. The hashtag 8 City Open Tournament Finals, a trios match of epic proportions, and Team Philly, they know they got the home field advantage here. Can they capitalize, or will the fighting team of Team New England take it back
And
home?
Dave, let's just catch everybody up in the first round. Team Buffalo defeated Team NYC. Team New England had to go through Team DC. Team Pittsburgh defeated Team Baltimore, and Team Philly defeated Team Sin. In that second round, Buffalo and New England met up, and New England coming up with that victory. And Team Philly defeating Team Pittsburgh in that semifinal round, and that's where we are now. Team New England, Team Philly in the finals. Only one team can win the Invictus Wrestling 8 City Open. And like I said since the beginning of the day, this ain't your mama's trios tournament, that's for sure. One of these teams is going to walk away with a prize that we have yet to be revealed by Invictus management, but one of these teams is going to walk away with a hell of a prize and a hell of a lot of city pride, having defended the name of their region and their territory throughout this entire tournament.
Ding, ding, ding. Starting things off with Shay McCoy and LMK. This one's going to be good. 2 very wiry, very aggressive, and high-energy female standouts. And they can battle each other. They can battle the boys. They are troopers of the industry.
Now, why I love this Philly trio of Max Zero, Big Calix, and Shay McCoy. When they first announced Team Philly, I got a little bit excited. I thought they were going to say that the Blue Meanie and Big Stevie Cool and Hollywood Nova were going to show up. That would have been the greatest day of my life.
That'd be amazing.
But this Philly team gives that trio a run for its money, that's for sure. The big man, Big Calix, the handsome one, Max Zero, and the grittiest in the game, Shay McCoy. They have already gone through Sin and Pittsburgh, 2 incredible teams of this 8 City Open. Shay McCoy and Little Mean Kathleen, LMK going shot for shot,
the
shoulder for shoulder.
Unstoppable force, the immovable object once again. Love you, Gorilla Monsoon, because this is what we got. Ducking the line attempt here, and LMK with a shoulder tackle takedown.
I would definitely say if LMK is either one, she's definitely the unstoppable force.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to find out what kind of a gritty game that McCoy's got, and we're going to find out what kind of mean streak LMK's got. Oh, and here we go.
Only one of these teams can take home the prize at the end of the night, at the end of the Invictus 8 City Open. It is down to New England and Philly. And Davian, the team captain, coming in against Big Calix.
Big Calix is like, what you gonna do, as Davian not holding.
And you know what's interesting?
She didn't tell him he's number 1.
Now, of the 2 team captains, Davian and Big Calix have probably had the least action in their 2 first-round matches.
That's a great point.
Shay McCoy and Max Zero, RJ Root and LMK have taken a lot of the force, a lot of the punishment, and put down a lot of the work in the opening rounds to match. Now that's not to say that Davian and Calix weren't major parts of it, but just when you really look at the statistical side of it, the amount of time they spend in the ring and the amount of time they spend fighting opponents in those first 2 rounds, considerably less than their teammates.
Casadora into an arm drag, into a Hurricanrado. Triple combo breaker here in Westville, and Davian now tags out to RJ Rude and Max Zero ready to take on the competition. The attractive attraction in the Pop Punk Kid.
Hey! Well, he popped right back up because he wasn't about to be punked by the handsome one, that's for sure. And now that pop-up Enziguri by RJ Rude has the handsome one, Max Zero, staggering.
RJ Rude, shotgun drop kick in the corner. Both these gentlemen giving it their all.
Double knees missed in the corner, and Max Zero putting RJ Rude through the spin cycle there.
And more important, intelligently pulling RJ Rude into his team's corner, Team Philly's corner.
That's definitely what you're going to have to do in this final match. You're going to have to really wear down the opponent. You're going to have to make sure you use everything to your advantage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Can we point out the back strength conditioning of Max Zero? Just for a moment. And then the eye poke of doom from Big Calix. And a side effect from Max Zero.
1, 2, kick out. Shane McCoy coming in for the cover there.
The grittiest in the game, really laying it in now to RJ Rude.
Now, you were talking about them bringing RJ to their corner, and this is the final match. This is it. This is it. There's no round after this. This is where you really have to use everything to your advantage. You have to get your opponent to your corner, tire them down. You want to limit the amount of tags they can make. You want to control the game. This is the 4th quarter. This isn't about who's got the best offense, who's got the best defense, who's the strongest, who's the fastest. This is about clock and game management.
And RJ Rude staying alive and catches her with a cutter. Cutter from RJ Rude, a turning point potentially in this hashtag 8-City Open final. We started with 8 cities, and we're down to 2 teams. Team Philly, Team New England. And now Shane McCoy looking to reach and scrape and claw to Big Calix or Max Zero, and RJ Rude tagging into Davian. And here comes Max Zero.
Max Zero and Calix both coming in to meet Davian in the middle.
She whooped both their butts. She don't care.
But the team captain of Team New England, Davian, showing exactly why she's the team captain. Showing exactly why she is one of the fastest rising stars in the New England area. Taking down both Calix and Zero.
A straight up bruiser, no wasted motion by Davian as she's in firm control, looking to send Team New England back up to the upper New England area, the upper northeast with the victory, but a spear from, oh my God, from Shane McCoy, seemingly out of nowhere.
Shane McCoy, hashtag out of nowhere, taking Davian out with a pounce-like spear maneuver. Now RJ Rude.
Wow.
Taking down Shane McCoy.
Talk about always grounded. And now it's Big Calix trying to win it for his team. Big Calix trying to take out RJ Rude. Well, LMK, fearless, just simply fearless. Oh!
LMK!
Wow, that was a strength personified from
protecting
LMK.
our friend RJ Rude, her teammate RJ Rude, and in an inordinate show of strength, just pulled Big Calix off the top rope. And LMK's dead.
That's got to be it right here. Wow, she kicked out. Impressive kick out.
Huge power bomb by Max Zero. Completely folded up LMK.
Keeping Team New England in this fight. Still keeping their tournament championship hopes alive. But right now, Max Zero, Big Calix, Team Philly double teaming Davian.
That's what you're going to need to do to take out Davian. You're going to need to double teamer. Oh!
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Double
one more for the bad guy.
Wow. And Team Philly looking to win it right here.
Rest in peace, Scott.
Inspirational work from Shane McCoy.
Once again, this This has won them the first 2 rounds. This maneuver by Shea off the top has won Team Philly the first 2 rounds, but not the finals. To the well one too many times. They beat Team Sid and they beat Team Pittsburgh with that maneuver, but Davian kicking out at 2.
Drink water, book more intergender wrestling, and support independent wrestling. A direct inspirational quote from Shea McCoy, as now she's using those words of wisdom in her craft right here, taking it to Davian, as this one's breaking loose, Peter, and I like that a lot. Let them fight, let them fight.
Why is LMK always paired up with the biggest opponent in the ring?
Because she's fearless and fantastic, have you?
LMK is fantastic. I love her.
She's self-labeled young and buff machine. That's why she's doing it. She's young and buff and doesn't give a crap, and she's ready to show everybody her stuff right here. Oh! What? Okay.
In the words of the legendary announcer himself, oh my God!
Wow. A scoop slam of epic proportions. Did LMK just scoop slam the 400 plus pound?
Yes.
The massive man monster Big Calix. And now she's walking all over him. Now wait, and now it's RJ Rude walking all over Max Zero, and Davian, she's getting her boots dirty at the expense of Shea McCoy.
And it looks like they're setting up for a triple Vader bomb.
What? Team New England.
Triple cover by Team New England and a triple kick out by Team Philly.
Wow. Team New England does not care that they don't have the home field advantage. Almost picking up a triple pin in the tournament finals.
But
triple
how else would Team New England go for the win?
How's
the Boston Crab?
And me and Kathleen, LMK trying to get Calix over. Oh, she got the half crab and 2 Boston Crabs. Oh my God, it's over. It's over.
The triple tap out to the Boston Crab.
What?
I haven't seen that since the 1957 World's Fair. A triple tap out to the Boston Crab. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in 2022 at the Invictus 8 City Open, and Team New England wins with a triple Boston Crab, taking out Team...
Well, we are in South Jersey and Big Calix's legs are big. Let's call it, it's a new sitcom, 2.5 crabs.
There we go, 2.5 crabs for the win.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer from crabs, please make sure you use the green soap as prescribed by your doctors. Thank you for listening to Invictus Wrestling on IWTV. This has been a public service announcement from your announcers at Invictus Pro Wrestling. But no, 2.5 crabs gets the win for Team New England in the 8 City Open.
And I'm being told in our earpiece that in just a moment, Ryan Peterson is going to go in the ring and he's going to attempt to interview the winners of the hashtag 8 City Open, Team New England. As mutual respect from all 6 of these competitors, a 24-person tournament dwindles down to 6.
8 territories, 7 matches. 1 team stands tall, and that is Team New England, RJ Rude, LMK, and Davian. But listen, let's give a big round of applause to Team Philly, who made it all the way to the finals. The hometown team, the Chikara alumni. These 3 individuals know exactly what it takes to be trios wrestlers. Big ups to Big Calix, Shea McCoy, and the handsome one himself, Max Zero, making it all the way to the finals. And a big up to all the remaining teams that were in tonight's 8 City Open.
Team New England, give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
As now Ryan Peterson's going to get a word from Team New England.
As promised, the winners will receive a very special prize. Hold on. Here to present the special prize for all 3 of you is the owner of Invictus Pro Wrestling, the head honcho himself, Mr. Alex Ascena.
Hashtag head honcho is already trending throughout Westville. And I was curious who was going to win the Showcase Showdown. Was it going to be the Vacation Showcase, or was it going to be the Furniture and Appliance Showcase? Now let's see. Alex has said it in the ring. Which showcase did they win, Alex? Take it back to you.
I think Ken Broadway left some of his bills in the match. First of all, I want to congratulate the three of you. You've truly overcome the odds. You've gone the distance. You repped your region proudly.
Much respect.
And you should be very proud of yourselves. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have a trophy to give you. I don't have a medal to give you.
What?
I have something even better.
Ooh, it is the vacation showcase. I know it.
So, for each of you, as a reward for going the distance and winning this tournament, you will each receive a match of your choosing at one of the forthcoming Invictus events.
A match of your choosing. Could be a title match.
Could be a title match. Could be against any opponent.
It's called opportunity for these three competitors.
Think about that and enjoy your victory.
Take more than a moment. Alex Aceto, ladies and gentlemen.
Owner and operator of Invictus Wrestling, and we now know exactly what Team New England has earned. A match of their choosing
First of all,
at any point in Invictus. RJ Rude, one half of Insanely Rude, the tag team. They could try to go after the Invictus Tag Team Championships. LMK Davienne could try to go after the Invictus Women's Championship, the Social Media Championship.
She wants to be in the ladder match. Did she just say she wants to be in the Climb for Clout ladder match?
Okay, my God, okay. I'm afraid of the other competitors.
That scares the crap out of me.
Mr. Rude. You're pondering. Oh, okay. You got it?
This is politic time, yeah? Do it.
I got you, man.
On an open mic, the boss said pick any match you want.
Okay. What do you have an idea for your match?
Hard cam brother there.
Work the hard cam, brother. Work the hard cam. Attaboy.
And this is coming to my hometown in Connecticut. I'm pretty sure Connecticut is in New England, okay? It is. Fact check that it is. And it is
RJ Rude going after the Social Media Championship there.
Opportunity calling out MCM. Now, last but not least, Miss Davienne. What do you have an idea for your match that you would like to have?
So the queen goes to spoils. Whatever you want, Davienne.
The Undertaker.
Anyone got goals?
That's
one-on-one with The Undertaker.
That's a thick envelope.
I'm thinking I want some gold. How about the Invictus Women's Championship?
There you go. I think that just caught the ear of Edith Surreal. Edith, you better be listening because Davienne, I think, wants your hide.
So it looks like...
All right then, well, once again, just to clarify for all of you that are just tuning in and just to see, she wants a ladder match, LMK. He wants MCM in Connecticut. And Davienne wants a shot at the Invictus Pro Wrestling Women's Championship.
That sounds pretty fair.
Listen, Alex gave them the opportunity to call their shots, and they called 3 big shots. LMK wants in to the Climb for the Clout ladder match at In Bloom 2. RJ Rude wants a shot at the Social Media Championship, not anywhere but in Connecticut when Invictus Wrestling teams up with Test of Strength Wrestling in June. And Davienne said, you know what? I'm going to go for the big one. I want Edith Surreal and a shot at the Invictus Women's Championship. They got to call their shots, and they called 3 really, really big ones. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to see if we can put pen to paper and if we can make these matches happen when they're going to happen and what the outcome's going to be. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we know the outcome of the 8 City Open. Team New England wins the field. Davienne, LMK, and RJ Rude win the Invictus Pro Wrestling 8 City Open. For Ryan Peterson, for David Adams, I'm Pete Rosado. For all of Invictus Wrestling IWTV, this has been the 8 City Open. Thank you so much.
We are here looking at all the weapons for tonight. We have some panes of glass here.
I am not comfortable right now.
Trampoline with barbed wire. They are welded onto the chair. How many tubes do you think that is right there?
I got 13 boxes, probably about 30 per box.
Jesus Christ, you're trying to kill us. How many panes of glass do we have?
About 25 total.
I am El Gato Blanco from the back alley. I have been a professional wrestler for many decades. It's not the first time I've been behind a mask. What do I think about the judges? Well, I don't know Matt very well, but I do know that I like blood. 2 truths and a lie about me. El Gato Blanco has been to a Wham concert. El Gato Blanco has spent more years wrestling in Europe than he has the United States. El Gato Blanco has been a AAA champion.